Can't you see? KTJJ Farmington, Festus, Crystal City, St. Genevieve.
J98, The Root.
Welcome to the Fleets Equipment Football Pregame Show on Regional Radio and MyMoInfo.com. Hi, I'm Jason Fleet. Football, Fleets Equipment, family and friends. American tradition that will always be there for generations to come. Fleets Equipment and high school football, mowing down the competition on turf, on the grass, and in the field.
Hi, I'm Clarissa Nagger. Fleets Equipment, a proud supporter of high school sports, on your number one source for play-by-play with an award-winning team at KTJJ, KREI, KJFF, and MyMoInfo.com.
And welcome in to the week number 8 of football here in high school sports in Missouri. This is the Fleets Equipment pregame show. My name's Jacob Vincent. How's everybody doing? Hopefully your guys' night is going well. It's only going to get a little bit better. We got a lot of good ones coming on tap tonight for Regional Radio. Segment at Central on J98. Farmington and Festus over on AM 800 KREI. Grandview and St. Vincent on KJF, and Potosi at Fredricktown on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Let's dive right into it. We're going to start off with the segment at Central preview as the Central Rebels put their undefeated record on the line again as they welcome the 3-2 Seckman Jaguars to Park Hills tonight. The Rebels' offensive attack continues to move along like a machine. They defeated Fredricktown 61-7 last week behind quarterback Jet Bridges and running back Deshaun Welch. However, head coach Corey Schweiss says this week they need to rely on their defense.
A lot's going to be dictated by how well we play, defensively, if we can get them off the field or not. A lot of that's going to be on our defensive linemen. We had to make adjustments to how they line up. We had to make adjustments on how we get off the ball. Everything's going to have to be a little bit different than what we've been accustomed to.
Seckman runs a tough smash-mouth football-style offense that leans heavily on a long, sustained drives. Their offense directly reflects the mindset of team and head coach Nick Baer, says they are ready for the challenge of playing an undefeated team.
We kind of discussed, this week, would it be nice to come into one of our weaker opponents and put a lot of points on it and win a game? And the answer is yes, but, we've been there and we've done that. And these guys are focused on, doing things this program hasn't done before. So having that challenge of going against a 7-0 football team with a very solid running back is something that me and my guys are looking forward to this week.
The Jags look to eat clock and keep the explosive Rebel offense on the sideline. Bear says it helps the defense immensely when they get to rest on the bench.
Anytime our defensive guys are on the sideline, that's a good thing. That's kind of what we talk about all the time, keeping the defense fresh. And offensively, yes, we're a run football team and designed to kind of grind it out, but we've got some big playability with our quarterbacks and my receivers. And, they've had some success the last couple weeks.
Schweiss knows how important time of possession will be. His team needs to be close to the Jaguars and how long they have the ball.
Well, I think the big thing is, time of possession. I'm sure, with the offense that we run and kind of going fast, I wouldn't be surprised if they have an edge at the end of the game in time of possession, but it can't be, like 3 quarters to 1 quarter. It's got to be closer to even. We've got to get them off the field so that our offense can have more opportunities. We don't want to get in a contest where you only have 5 or 6 possessions in a game. And
the Rebels and the Jaguars face off tonight on J98 with kickoff coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Farmington and Festus, that'll be over on AM 800 KREI. They have split a pair of district games over the last couple of seasons, but this year the two teams find themselves in different classes. The Class 5 9th-ranked Farmington Knights try to rebound from their only loss, while the Class 4 3rd-ranked Festus Tigers try to keep their undefeated season intact tonight on AM 800 KREI. Farmington coach Eric Krupe says it's always a good matchup.
It should be. It'll be a fun game on Friday night. We just got to make sure that we play. As always, we got to play up to our ability level. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, on both sides of the ball, we've got to be the more physical football team.
Festus coach A.J. Ofadale is in his first year as a head coach. He says the early success gives some solid building blocks.
I think it's really important just from a program standpoint to start with some momentum. I think that's the biggest thing. Anytime you're walking into a new situation, you want there to be something for kids to be excited about, and there's nothing that they get more excited about than wins. So just having some on-field success, I think anything that you believe in or anything that you're trying to preach to them, I think winning games, I think helps deliver that message in a much more profound way. We got good kids that are really working hard, so you like to see them get a tangible reward as well.
Coach Krupe says the Tigers both run and pass well.
It's diverse. They like to run outside zone and counter schemes, and then they'll take their shots vertically. They'll probably take more shots vertically than any team that we've seen on film up to this point this season. So, they're going to stretch the field with their go routes and then try to run the football at the same point in time.
Farmington finished as the SEMO North runner-up, while Festus captured the MAFC Red Division title. 6-1 Farmington will try to keep its standing as the number 2 seed in Class 5 District 1. 7-0 Festus is a virtual lock for the top seed in Class 4 District 1. We'll broadcast Festus at Farmington on AM 800 KREI, and you can listen to the start of the game on AM 1400 KJEF as well. Speaking of that KJEF game, that's the next one we got coming up right now. The Grandview Eagles meet the St. Vincent Indians in an I-55 conference showdown on Jefferson County Friday Night Football tonight on KJEF. Both teams have taken the hectic nature of 2020 and managed to turn it into progress for their programs. Grandview is in the middle of a historically successful season. The Eagles have won more games than in any season since 2012. And behind junior running back Chase Wilson's 8 touchdowns and an improved defense, Grandview has a chance to clinch its first winning season since 2001 with one more victory. Eagles head coach Dave Dallas says it's been a joy to bring the program to life.
It's been fun to kind of watch these kids. This is my first year. These seniors I had all the way through, and it's been fun to watch them grow. Not only as football players, but as young men, and they've gotten better in both categories, and I think that's paying off on the field for them right now. So I think that's a big plus.
Grandview is looking to bounce back from a 42-0 loss to Jefferson that dropped the Eagles to 4-2. Dallas says it will start with a strong defensive effort on the road against a hot opponent.
They're playing really well right now. They're kind of hit things at full stride at this point in time. So everybody thinks, man, they throw the ball all over the place, but they're a lot more balanced. Their run game's awfully good. They do a good job with it. I think we gotta be able to stop the run and slow them down in the passing game. But they're a good football team. They hit full stride, and so we just got to be able to control the football offensively and keep their offense off the field and try to take big plays away from them.
St. Vincent had to miss the first 2 weeks of the 2020 season because of COVID-19 issues, but after dropping their opener to a Valley Catholic juggernaut, the Indians have not lost. Senior quarterback John Wibbenmeyer has stepped up in a big way in his first year as a starter, but head coach Tim Schumer says his team's success doesn't surprise him.
It's very, rewarding to kind of see their hard work pay off for them. But, we knew we had a pretty good team coming into this year, and it's just a matter of time. Once we got on the field, we knew once they got their confidence, they could go out and make plays and compete week in and week out. So it's just great to see that their hard work has been paying off.
While the Indians are looking to stay alive in the hunt for a share of the I-55 Conference Championship, Schumer says having homecoming also looms as a concern for his coaching staff.
So you want to make sure that we're not just focused on the week of homecoming, but we're getting prepared for the football game on Friday night. And it's against Grandview, and they're a tough conference opponent. They're going to come down here and really want to play a really good football game. So we got to make sure that above all, there is a football game we still have to play, and we got to come out and make sure we're ready to play for that.
The Indians have won the last 7 meetings with the Eagles. Grandview visits St. Vincent this week in Jefferson County. Friday night football kickoff comes your way at 7:30 on AM 1400 KJEF. Well, last-minute cancellation on Thursday afternoon for both teams finds the Potosi Trojans traveling to Fredricktown to take on the Black Cats for the second time this season on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. The Trojans have won 6 straight against the Black Cats, but the games in recent years have been close, with 2 out of the last 3 being decided by just 1 score. However, when these teams met back on September 11th, it was more one-sided as Potosi won at home 28-6. Even though this will be their second matchup of the season, both teams will look very different tonight. In the first meeting, Fredricktown was without key playmaker Malachi Kyle, and Potosi was without senior quarterback Andrew Coleman due to quarantine. Fortunately for Potosi, they had a second Coleman available, sophomore Blake Coleman, younger brother of Andrew. He got the start, and he had himself a game.
2 receivers either side. Coleman takes the snap looking for the quick throw to the outside, and it's caught! That's a touchdown. That's Blake Meesey, the 1-yard touchdown catch. Here's the snap to Coleman, looking over the middle, got a man, it's caught. That'll be down to the 5. He's fighting his way, breaking tackles into the end zone. That's Gavin Portell. 20-yard touchdown reception. Coleman takes the snap. Play action, looking over the middle, nothing doing, has to roll out. Now he finds Malachi Peppers, who makes a man miss, and that's into the end zone. 10-yard touchdown pass from Blake Coleman to Malachi Peppers.
With both teams back at full strength tonight and Fredricktown playing their homecoming game, things could be different. The Black Cats are 1-4, but have been playing better football as of late. Following a 2-week quarantine, Fredricktown put up 26 points in a loss to St. Vincent, their second highest output of the season. They followed that by taking an early lead against Central last week on a 77-yard touchdown run by Kyle and kept it close early against the undefeated and previously state-ranked Rebels. The key for the Black Cats will be how well the offense performs throughout the entire game, not just early, as they have scored 7 points or less in 3 of their 4 losses. The 4-3 Trojans come into tonight's game playing their best football of the season on the offensive side. In back-to-back weeks, they beat Perryville 56-15 and Sykeston 39-25. Scoring that many points in consecutive weeks is great for any team, but it's even more significant when you consider that the Trojans' 95 points in 2 games is 36 more points than they scored over the first 5 weeks combined. Notably, this week, Potosi looks to get their first road win of the year. The Trojans are 0-3 and have averaged just 6 points per game away from home, although they have faced the likes of Farmington, St. Genevieve, and Central. Coverage of Potosi at Fredricktown begins at 6 with the Fleets Equipment pregame show. You're listening to that right now, and kickoff will be at 7 coming up on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. So that's a check of some of the games on regional radio tonight. We will get a look at some of the other games around the area and hear from the head coaches on those matchups. Quick recap, though, on J98, we got Seckman at Central. On KREI, Farmington is at Festus. On KJEF, that one starting at 7:30, Grandview at St. Vincent. And on the MyMo Info Sports Stream, Potosi is at Fredricktown. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take a check of some of the other games around the area right here on Regional Radio.
It's time for a keyword in our fall Boot Loot Cash giveaway. Your chance to win $1,000 each weekday through November 6th by entering a keyword at mymoinfo.com. This keyword is brought to you by BF Mon & Sons, your Heil Heating and Air Conditioning specialist. The keyword is plum. Go to mymoinfo.com and enter it for your chance to win $1,000 from Regional Radio and Alpha Media. Once again, the keyword is plum.
Ready to try something new? If you haven't been to Pizza 101 South in world-famous Bonne Terre, Missouri, I personally invite you and your family to stop by and give us a try. Hi, my name is Dustin Gerstenslager, owner of Pizza 101 South. You've got to try our homemade sauces plus our pizza dough that is made fresh daily. Brick oven pizza, pasta, hot wings, salad, and over 20 beers on tap. Open 7 days a week. Pizza 101 South, 101 South Division, Bonne Terre, Missouri.
At Toyota, today's the day to score a great deal. That means today's the day to take a ride in your thrilling new Camry. Today's the day to scale new heights in your powerful new RAV4 Hybrid. Or maybe today's the day to turn heads in your stylish new Corolla. Today's the perfect day to tackle a new outdoor project in your tough new Tundra. Today might even be the day to go as far as the road will take you with the epic range of your new Highlander Hybrid. Today's the day to save on all your favorites like the Toyota Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, Tundra, and more. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Head into your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Participating dealers only.
See Twin City Toyota, I-55 at the Herculaneum Auto Mall exit, or visit them online at twincitytoyota.com.
Welcome back to the Fleets Equipment pregame show. It's week number 8 of high school football in Missouri. You're listening to Regional Radio. My name's Jacob Vincent. Hopefully everyone's having a great night so far. It's only going to get better. Might get a little chilly outside. We got 56 degrees outside right now, and it's only going to get a little bit cooler. So make sure you're bundled up if you're out watching the games. If you're inside listening to them, we appreciate you tuning in on Regional Radio. Right now we're taking a check of some of the other games from around the area. The first one we're taking a look at is Perryville at Dexter. Perryville, they've lost 3 straight and dropped to 2-4 on the season, but they have a good opportunity to turn that around tonight as they take on 1-5 Dexter. Head coach Blaine Boss previews the Bearcats.
Tough opponent there, so I think they've had a pretty tough schedule as well, but we're going to have to watch some film on them and kind of see what they do. We don't like to get ahead of ourselves week to week, so we'll see what they're doing, and we got to go to their place, so it's a long trip, and they're going to be excited. I know they're thinking we're probably not a very good team, which we're not at this point, so we're going to expect to be in a dogfight.
Herculaneum is at Valley Catholic tonight, and the Black Cats are coming off their first win of the season last week over Crystal City. Head coach Cody Hunter knows it's going to be a tough one tonight, though.
We know they're a pretty good football team, of course, just like everybody does, but we got to keep our kids moving in the right direction and work on us and, get down there and hopefully some things go our way and we can do some things correctly and just keep coaching our kids up and getting better every week.
On the other side, Valley Catholic cruised to yet another victory last week, and they look forward to taking on an improved Herky squad.
To be honest with you, we haven't had any chance to watch any film, but we'll spend some time on them over the weekend, and we'll see if we can put a game plan together. I know they're young, and they got a lot of kids out, and the way the scores are looking, I think they're doing a good job getting better.
And a last-minute change for DeSoto. They were supposed to be taking on St. Genevieve. They will now be at Fox this evening. St. Pius, they host 5-1 Thayer tonight. And after dropping a close one to St. Vincent a week ago, head coach Dan Oliver looks forward to the opportunity for a solid bounce-back win against the Bobcats.
Well, they're a real good Class 1 team. I think they're probably ranked in the top 3 or 4 teams in Class 1. And, they run the ball a lot. They do some things that are kind of interesting, from a different standpoint. They, kind of do the spin play and some things like that. So, we've spent a lot of time looking at film for these guys and haven't really looked at Thayer too much. But just glancing at it, they're going to be a quality opponent. So we're going to have to get ready to play.
Jefferson shut out an improved Grandview team a week ago and now travel to Chaffee. Head coach Alex Rugley says they know the Red Devils love to run the ball.
I do know just off the pass from last year, I know Coach Daffron, his first year was last year, so it's year 2 this year. I know that they like to ground and pound. They're just going to come right at you. They got some big kids up front, and they got some big backs. So we've got to do another great job of trying to control the line of scrimmage from a defensive standpoint. Then offensively, we just got to get our playmakers in space and let them do what they do best.
Northwest had to deal with a few last-minute changes, but will play Afton this week, and head coach Corey Tenya says they are going to focus on themselves and what they can do what they can control tonight.
Go play Afton Cougars, with the Saints film and just kind of work on improving us and be ready to go.
Hillsborough has won 2 in a row and now take on a 3-3 St. Francis Borgia squad. Head coach Bill Saharsky says his team needs to expect a sound football team in the Knights.
Pretty good football team. They play a pretty tough schedule. I told our kids after the game that we got to be ready to have a good week of practice. They're a sound football team. They played Jeff City Holias, who I think at this time is still undefeated, as one of the teams that Borgia's lost to. They're a program that's always puts out good teams. Coach Gildahouse does a great job over there. So I expect a well-coached football team. I know they're senior-laden. They got 20-something seniors on their team, and they have a really good running back, a really good quarterback. And so I expect to see a very good St. Francis Borgia football team.
The Owls of Windsor look to bounce back this week after dropping a tough one to North County 56-20 a week ago. Head coach Alex DeMatteis says he hopes after a long bus ride they can come back with a win.
And I think they're coming off a quarantine and been off the last couple weeks too, so it should be kind of an interesting matchup. Again, we got to travel 3 hours. We had a little preview of that a couple weeks ago going down to Portageville. So, we've been through that process, and again, I preach we focus on us, and we've got to clean up some things that we're doing, especially up front in the running game and making sure defensively in the box we're more stout. So, we're just going to keep working those things. That's what we're going to need if we're going to do anything in the district.
Finally, Crystal City will be traveling to the Missouri Military Academy tonight, and head coach Dan Fox says he wants to see his team finish the game tonight.
You know what? I don't know a lot about Missouri Military Academy. Other than the fact I know they got a couple wins this year, and I don't know how well they did tonight. Looking to exchange some film with them soon once we get ours uploaded and stuff. I'm really not concerned with our opponent right now. I want our team just to come out for 4 quarters and just give them everything we got. We just got to put together a game. I'm more worried about my team than our opponent right now.
And two teams not playing tonight, North County and St. Genevieve, will have Week 8 off. Quick recap of the games from around the area tonight. Perryville is at Dexter, Herculaneum at Valley Catholic, DeSoto at Fox, Thayer at St. Pius, Jefferson at Chaffee, Northwest at Afton, St. Francis Borgia is at Hillsboro, Windsor at Malta Bend, Crystal City at Missouri Military Academy, and then North County and St. Genevieve off tonight. They will not be playing. That's a check of some of the other games from around the area. Coming up next, we're going to hear from all of our broadcasters on regional radio. First will be Seckman at Central, and Stephen Kabler. He'll give us a little bit of a preview. We'll be back in 3 minutes right here on regional radio and the Fleets Equipment pregame show.
For more than 80 years, Prairie Farms has been the name trusted by more consumers for quality dairy. Reach for the best and reach for Prairie Farms whole yogurt made with 100% real milk. Rich and creamy whole milk yogurt and flavors you're sure to love. All the natural flavor you're looking for and none of the artificial growth hormones, flavors, and colors. Whole milk yogurt made with 100% real milk. Only from Prairie Farms.
Fall is here and winter is on its way. This is Andy from Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington. We're always ready to help you get what you need no matter what the season. Plumbing, electrical hardware, lumber, tools, and so much, much more. Stop by and see us and check out the Makita, Yeti, Benjamin Moore, Traeger grill inventory. We're Gifford Lumber Company and we're hometown proud, located on Potosi Street in Farmington.
Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, hometown proud.
Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate has been the trusted real estate advisor for over 60 years in the Mineral area. Hi, I'm Kim Hudson, owner of Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. No one has helped more people buy or sell real estate in our community than the agents at Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. We are proud of the community in which we live and serve. Contact us today for all your real estate needs. Find us on Facebook or online at coldwellbankerholsey.com. Coldwell Banker Holsey, we would love to be your realtor.
Gilster Mary Lee is now looking for owner-operators with their own authority and insurance to pull Gilster trailers round trip from their plants in southeast Missouri to thousands of locations across America. Weekly dependable settlements with a fuel card for significant discounts at the pump. Toll and scale devices are also available if needed. Everything is dry freight on 53-foot vans. Paid downtime and no-touch freight. You will support a private fleet for strictly round-trip lanes. Call Mike Welker at 800-851-5371, extension 3246.
Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy wants to remind you that it's time to consider your Medicare Part D sign-ups for the coming year. We are an authorized claim enrollment center, and our claim-certified staff have the training and knowledge to assist you with the information you need to choose the best Medicare Part D plan for your needs. Give any of our stores in Deloge, Farmington, Fredricktown, Ironton, or Piedmont a call to schedule a time to come by and speak with us. Parkland Health Mart wants to be your healthcare partner because we're always caring for you and about you.
When life changes, where can you get the health care that you or your loved one needs? Try Presbyterian Manor, where we consider you family. Being a member of our family means having a skilled, compassionate team, making sure you live your best life. Call 573-756-6768 today and schedule a visit to see why the community voted us the best independent living, best assisted living, and best skilled nursing community in the Parkland area.
Welcome back here on the Fleets Equipment pregame shows. We're joined now by Stephen Kabler. He'll have Seckman at Central on J98 tonight. Going to be a fun one. Central undefeated on the season so far. Fresh off a victory, big victory over Fredricktown there last week where they became the MAFC White Division champions and conference champs once again. Seckman 3-2 on the season. Going to be a fun one. A big school against another big school who's having a pretty successful season. Stephen, what do you know about this matchup?
Well, this matchup is really just two contrasting offensive styles. You know, you see Seckman really likes to pound the ball a lot, run it. Not a whole lot of passing. They do have the ability to take their passing shots when they get them, but it's really all run based with a lot of quarterback manipulation of play fakes here and there. And so what we're going to see is the matchup I'm looking forward to see tonight is, can the Seckman offense continue to get sustained long clock-eating drives against a Central defense that has been fantastic all year long, giving up just over 13 points a game, whereas this Seckman squad is scoring at a very high clip this season. And so it's really going to come down to, can Seckman limit the offensive possessions for the Central Rebels, because if they can get out there with their quarterback and their running backs with Cole Rubel, and then you've got Sebi Feliciano out there who's really toting the rock well for them this year. If they can 10, 12, 13 play drives and keep Jet Bridges and Deshaun Welch on the sideline for the Central Rebels, I think they're going to have a lot of success tonight.
Now, Central obviously bouncing back after their close win over St. Genevieve a couple of weeks ago, 31-26. They bounced back a big win over Fredricktown their last week out. And talking to Coach Schweiss after that St. Gen game, just was not very happy with both the team's execution, the team's effort, whatever it may be. Seems like they turned it around a little bit. Talking to him this week, what have you noticed from him? And I guess what is kind of the morale around the team getting ready for Seckman?
Yeah, 61-7 last week over Fredricktown. I mean, that's going to put a smile on anyone's face whenever you can put up 61 and your defense plays that well, only giving up 7. But whenever I was talking to him earlier this week, I did ask him about the little mistakes, about the penalties, about the false starts, and he's saying that right now he's still kind of irritated with where some of the players are in making those mistakes. You're in week 8 of a season. You shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes. And so he really just wants to see those things get polished up. He wants to see them, really take a step forward, because you've only got this week and next week, and then you start district play and postseason play, and you can't be making those mistakes once you hit that level of competition.
Now, obviously, Stephen, Deshaun Welch has been the main focal point of the offense for the Central offense this season. He has at least 2 touchdowns in every single game this year, a total of 21 touchdowns on the season, over 1,500 rushing yards at 181 last week against Fredricktown. He's averaging 11 yards a carry as well, and obviously that Seckman defense, they want the offense to stay out there to not let Deshaun Welch have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, talking to Nick Bear earlier this week, I asked him essentially that question was, what is your plan to stop Deshaun Welch, because everyone else's plans so far this season have not gone well. And his plan was essentially he trusts his defense. He likes where they're at. But then I also mentioned, is it nice to be able to keep them on the sideline when your offense is moving down the field? And he said, well, yeah, whenever your defense is on the bench resting, and then they have to go out there and they have to, run around and track down Deshaun Welch and Jet Bridges and Joe Bryant and all these skill position players for Central. The longer they get to sit on the bench and, catch a breath, get some water in them, the better they're going to be whenever they go back out there. So I think for Seckman, that is their main goal, is to keep their defense on the bench as long as they can, resting. So whenever they do have to get out there and fly around, they're at full clip, ready to rock and roll.
Now, I know you mentioned the Seckman offense a little bit already. I kind of want to go back to them. You mentioned it, a run-heavy offense. They want to stay out on the field as long as possible. And obviously, when you're running the ball, that's going to be a little bit easier than when you're passing it, not breaking off as many big plays. They're run by a sophomore quarterback in Cole Rubel, obviously very talented, especially at a big school like Seckman. It's going to be pretty impressive to be a sophomore and be the quarterback for him. What do you know about him, and how good has he been this season, especially starting that running offense?
Yeah, well, what you have to know about Cole Rubel is his ability to just command the offense in general, and he has a really good knowledge of it, and Coach Bear likes the way that he can command this team and work it down the field in a methodic fashion. And so I really think that he's going to be a huge part of the game tonight. If Central's defense, who, again, only giving up 13 points a game, this defense is humming just as well as this offense is, if they can get to the young quarterback, get to the sophomore, kind of hurry him up in the backfield a little bit, get to him quickly before he gets to the mesh point on certain handoffs and things like that, I really think that Central could have a great day on both offense and defense. I'm really excited about this matchup. You've got a Class 3 school going up against a Class 5 school. That's where you're going to see a lot of the competition in there, because, Central's just been running over people in Class 3 and below. So can they step up to a Class 5? And this game is also really going to prepare them for next week when they go to Farmington, who is also to this point, only lost one game to a really tough Jackson team.
And they got another tough one tonight against Festus. That one over on KREI. This one that we're talking about is on J98 tonight. The 7-0 Central Rebels hosting the 3-2 Seckman Jaguars. Stephen Kabler, appreciate it.
Thanks, Jacob.
Welcome back here on the Fleets Equipment pregame shows. We're joined now by Chad Speaker. He's going to have the call of number 3 Festus against Farmington. That'll be on AM 800 KREI. Chad, it's going to be a fun one. Farmington coming off of their first loss of the season to Jackson a week ago. Obviously, Jackson, one of the better teams in the state, and now they get to take on another one of those better teams in the state. Festus having one of their best seasons in school history, 7-0 on the season, number 3 in class number 4, and it is going to be a dogfight tonight in Farmington.
I think it is. Traditionally, it's really been a good matchup when these two meet each other. They occasionally have regular season meetings. Next year, in fact, they're on each other's schedule, and I'm glad to see that. But they have played each other twice in postseason in the last 2 years, both times coming in the district semifinals. Festus wins 2 years ago. Farmington wins last year in a defensive struggle. I think Festus is really opening some eyes. First-year head coach, AJ Afadale has really found something here with Festus, and the year kind of started, with Austin Anderson tearing everybody up, but then he goes down, and I think you really see, the full breadth of this offense. They do it through the air and on the ground, and they spread the ball around to a lot of different playmakers. For Farmington, they don't. They have 2 guys that they really, really rely on. Now, they've gotten some other contributions. There's no question about that. But the lion's share of the yards and the scoring being done by, their quarterback and their fullback for the Knights.
Well, Festus, they're coming off of a win, but their last 2 wins have been pretty close ones compared to their first few games of the season. And like you said, Austin Anderson goes down with an injury. Head coach AJ Afadale has to switch some things around, and it seems like that team has responded well, but those 2 wins have been pretty close. Now they get to take on a Farmington team that they like to keep the ball on the ground. They like to keep that possession and kind of keep their games a little bit lower scoring than Festus might be used to. So it'll be interesting to see how Festus responds to that. How do you expect them to, like you said, they're a balanced offense, but how do you expect them to attack this Farmington defense that has been pretty good so far this season?
Farmington defense has been good, aside from last week. Right. But I mean, Jackson tears everybody up. So Jackson, their lone loss, 56-14, and it's probably more about mindset for Farmington right now because it's their only loss of the year. They had a chance at a conference championship, and they really had the inside track to it, a number 1 seed in their district, which Jackson is the number 1 seed of right there. But I think this is a team that's going to refocus pretty quick. So I think Farmington, will have their A game tonight. Is it going to be good enough to beat Festus, really, is the question. And like you said, the Tigers score a lot of points, 41 points per game. Farmington averaging only 25 per game. And Festus has been doing it all year. They're right there in that spot, 41, 42, 49, 36, 41, 39, and 40. So they're right there almost every night. And like you said, they've spread it out pretty well. Anderson was averaging 168 yards rushing before he went down. He had only 1 carry against Hillsboro a couple of weeks ago. That was for 58 yards, but they lost him there. Done pretty well without him. North County really felt like they had them, and then Festus comes up with just a miraculous comeback at the end of that ball game. But Cole Rickerman has been the playmaker for them. I wouldn't even say in the absence of Anderson. Rickerman's been good all year long. So Festus will run the ball with guys like Caden Glaze and Cole Wagner, Dalton Yates, Cayenne Roberts-Day, Landon Bradshaw. They kind of do it by committee now with Anderson out of there. And then what they like to do is when you creep up, then they'll bust you over the top. They really like the long bomb and the big play right there. So is Farmington going to get sucked in on the run and be susceptible to the big play? I don't know, but the Knights have really done a pretty good job with Carter Barnes and Jake Bishop on their corners this year. A couple of first-year starters, in fact, and then you have a couple of veterans in the secondary with Drew Felker and Wyatt Westbrook as the safety. So I think Farmington has a strong secondary. And the other side of that, too, is quite honestly, teams don't get a long time to wait for routes to get long and throw those long bombs because you've got a nose guard in Judd Cunningham that has just about been unblockable the last 2 years. So they're going to have to find a way to keep Judd Cunningham out of their backfield if they want to have time enough to go deep in their system.
Now, lastly, Festus, they're 7-0 on the season. They got a new head coach in AJ Afadale. Could this be that marquee win? He's coming into Farmington territory on the road against a really good Farmington team. Do you think this could be his marquee win? And now that's saying a lot because they're already 7-0, but it could be a huge win for this Festus program.
I don't think there's any question. You bet. I mean, you beat a team like Farmington, who has been in the state rankings the entire time, and even are this week in Class 5, and Festus participating in Class 4. I think definitely it would be a marquee win. And you know what, though, on the other side,
I know that Farmington's in Class 5 and Festus is in Class 4, but I think for Farmington it'd be a great win too, just because I think it's a couple of great teams. But for Festus, I mean, they've got almost a stranglehold on the top seed in their district. The number 2 seed is Hillsborough at 4-3. North County's 4-3. They've beaten those two teams. So Festus has a pretty wide cushion in their district. For Farmington, yeah, they're still playing for district seeding. The Knights are second in their district, and Bluff is third. They've already defeated Bluff. But, you know, I mean, the end of Farmington's schedule is ridiculously brutal. You've got Jackson last week, Festus this week, Central next week, all of which are undefeated. So it's a tough end to the schedule for Farmington. But I would say either way, Jacob, that a win for either one of these programs is a great, solid win.
Well, a tough end for Farmington, but some really good opportunities for them as well. Going to be a fun one tonight on AIM 800 KREI. Festus visits Farmington. A couple of ranked teams, 7-0 for Festus, 6-1 for Farmington. That's Chad Speaker. He'll have the call coming up at 7 o'clock. So make sure you keep it tuned in to Regional Radio. Chad, we appreciate it.
All right, have fun in here.
Welcome back here on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show as we lead up to kickoff of Week 8 of the high school football season. And joining me now is Nathan Gertz. He'll be on the call on AM 1400 KJEF tonight. He's got Grandview at St. Vincent. This is a matchup between two teams playing really good football in 2020. Grandview is at 4-2. St. Vincent is 4-1. Now, St. Vincent, of course, gets a chance to play this one at home, so that'll help them a little bit. But I want to start off first with you, Nathan, and talk about Grandview and the season that they are having, because they've already got 4 wins. They haven't had 4 wins as a program in a long time. One more win here down the stretch gives them a chance to get over 500 and finish the season over 500 for the first time in a long time.
Since 2001, and we had this discussion a couple weeks ago on the Coles Tractor and Equipment Football Roundtable, Tuesday nights, 6:30 over on J98. But we were chatting about the fact that the kids on the roster weren't alive the last time the Grandview Eagles were a winning football team. So it's really been an incredible turnaround, and I would say almost breathing life into a program that didn't have any whatsoever in its history by Dave Dallas, essentially doing it as kind of a hobby after moving over to Hillsborough after a nice successful college coaching career. I can't say enough about what he's done, but at the same time you have to credit the players on the field for the success they've had this year. Chase Wilson in his junior season is having a really outstanding year at the running back spot, 500 yards rushing and 8 total touchdowns. He's been a great force for them, and they've gotten much, much better defensively. This is as good as I think they've ever had on the defensive side of the ball under Coach Dallas. Even though they struggled last week in a 42-0 loss to Jefferson, for the most part this year they've been really good on defense. It's been a big part of why they grinded out some wins against Herculaneum and Russellville the last couple weeks.
Well, Jefferson, obviously a really strong program in their own right here this year with a lot of experienced skill players, so it's not surprising to see them put up a big offensive performance last week. But Grandview obviously going to look to bounce back, and they've done well against the teams that they should beat here this year, and that's really what you want to try to do on your schedule. But they're taking on a St. Vincent team that's playing really good football here as of late. They graduated Garrett R last year. You and I had a chance to see him in person. Kid could absolutely sling the rock around the field. John Wibbenmeyer takes over the starting quarterback spot, and we've heard from Coach Schumer that Wibbenmeyer is traditionally a quarterback. They just switched him positions last year to get him on the field, and he's looked good in 2020.
Yeah, he can spin that magic bean. There's no doubts about that, and you think about how this team has been able to rally through its own kind of adversity. They had to miss the first 2 weeks of the year due to COVID-19, and then the first game they got out of the gate was Valley Catholic, the best of the best in the I-55 conference, maybe the best of the best in all of the state. And ever since then, they've not only picked their heads up, they haven't lost, and their offense continues to hum at a pretty efficient rate. I don't think it's quite as explosive as it was a year ago, but I will say it sounds like they run the ball a little bit more, but when they do want to take a chance and throw it down the field, Wibbenmeyer's more than capable. He's still got some big weapons like Brandon Schnurbush, and Phil Ernst is a guy that's stepped up and been a big part of their passing game this year as well. These are two teams that excite me on the offensive side of the ball. They've got ability, they've got talent. It's a question of who makes a few more big plays tonight.
Well, St. Vincent getting to play at home should help them a little bit, not having to go too far. For Grandview heading out on the road, we'll see how they handle that. But what are your expectations for this one? I mean, both offenses playing well. Grandview, of course, coming off a tough blowout loss that certainly gives them a little extra motivation. But what are you expecting from this matchup?
I think that we'll see a fair few points on the scoreboard. I think that this is a game that will truly be determined by which team gets in its own way. If you avoid the penalties and the turnovers, I think you're going to have an opportunity to move the ball up and down the field offensively, and that'll keep you in this one. So I think that those little execution things will matter in a big way tonight. It's going to be on the flip side then which defense can maybe get the most stops, which defense can force the most mistakes on the other side. And obviously the big thing that looms over this, you talked about St. Vincent being at home. Tim Schumer, when I talked to him earlier in the week, talked at length about the fact it's homecoming tonight, and he doesn't want the distractions to get in the way of his team. So it's going to be interesting to see how zeroed in they are. It's a later kickoff than normal at 7:30, and they're going to have the homecoming activities not just all this week, but tonight leading into the game. I'll be interested to see how they handle it and if they can keep what's been a really outstanding year rolling.
Yeah, an important programming note, you just mentioned it there. The kickoff of Grandview at St. Vincent will be at 7:30. It'll be on AM 1400 KJEF. But on KJEF, starting at 7 till 7:30, you'll hear some bonus coverage of Festus taking on Farmington, and then kickoff for your game, St. Vincent and Grandview at 7:30. Nathan Gertz going to be on the call. Appreciate your time, man.
Thanks, Brandon.
Welcome back here on the Fleets Equipment pregame show, joined now by Brandon Pavlina. He's going to have Potosi at Fredricktown, a last-minute switch for both of these teams, and it's a rematch from September 11th. Potosi won that one 28-6, and both these teams very different now. I know, Brandon, Potosi, they have started to figure it out a little bit. Fredricktown came off of quarantine. They've had back-to-back losses. They're struggling a little bit. What do you know about this matchup, and especially the rematch now later in the season?
Yeah, so Potosi has done well in this matchup, obviously, in recent years. They've won 6 in a row going back to 2015, and they're 10-2 since 2010, so they've done well against Fredricktown. However, the 2 of the last 3 games in this matchup have been decided by just one score in 2018 and 2019. Now, like you said, they did play already once this year in that matchup. Potosi won the ball game 28-6, so it was a little bit more one-sided in that one. But perhaps the biggest thing of note is that Andrew Coleman didn't play. He was under quarantine, the starting quarterback, the senior leader for the Potosi Trojans. His younger brother Blake Coleman did, and he played really well in that ball game. But so Andrew will be back here tonight. Also, Malachi Kyle didn't play in the first matchup. He is a huge, huge playmaker for Fredricktown. Having him back will give him a chance to do a little bit better on the offensive side than just 6 points. But, of course, Potosi's defense is really good, so it remains to be seen how Malachi Kyle's return helps a Fredricktown offense that has, flatly struggled at times throughout this season. Now, you go back 2 weeks, like you said, they are coming off back-to-back losses, but in their first game back after quarantine, they took on a St. Vincent team that's proven to be pretty good, and they put up 26 points in a loss against them. So they have shown that they can put up some points, but it remains to be seen how they can do it across an entire game. They jumped out to an early lead last week on a Malachi Kyle touchdown run of 77 yards. They went up 7-0 on Central. Then they got routed 60-7. So it's really a matter of how well they can string together possessions throughout this game.
Well, I know, talking to Coach Ford last week on the End Zone Show, and really was, struggling to find words for it. They are very shorthanded, especially after the quarantine. They've had so many injuries this season. He said they were down to 25 players, and when you're shorthanded against a Potosi team, it's going to be tough, and especially a Potosi team. They've put up 95 points their last 2 games, which is 36 more than their first 5 combined. So this Potosi Trojans offense is really starting to figure it out. For Fredricktown, what are they going to have to do defensively to try to slow down this Trojans offense that's on fire right now?
Yeah, as you said, for Potosi, 56 points against Perryville 2 weeks ago, and then 39 against Sykeston last week, and their offense was really slow out of the gate this year, perhaps in part due to Andrew Coleman having to quarantine for a couple of weeks, not allowing guys to get in rhythm. But they've lost a lot of guys throughout the season. You talk about Fredricktown being on the mend a little bit as well. Potosi has pretty much been every single game without somebody. Not necessarily maybe everybody all at once, but guys have missed games here and there, so they haven't been at full strength. They're finally back to being at full strength where they have all their weapons available, and they're putting it on full display with what they can do with this offense under new head coach Dylan Wyrick, who's off to a great start in his first year with the program. But really, you asked what it's going to require from Fredricktown to slow them down, and it's really going to just come down to if Fredricktown can get some turnovers and force Andrew Coleman into some third down and longs and make him maybe throw the ball a little bit more than they want to, force some fumbles. This team of Potosi has had a number of fumbles on the season, but really it's just going to come down to Fredricktown being able to get some stops, getting some turnovers, getting off the field, which they haven't been able to do really hardly at all this season. They're giving up 38 points per game. So it's going to be whether or not they can get off the field, and if they can't tonight, then Potosi's offense is going to look like what it has in recent weeks.
No, both these teams have dealt with both COVID and injuries like we've mentioned throughout this season, and it's made it tough to get ready for one team on the weekend. I mean, it's already changed this week for both of these teams to get ready for one game on Friday. They finally figured out it is Potosi and Fredricktown. The main thing about that, though, is they're familiar with each other. They've already played each other once this year. They've played each other a lot in the last few years. So that being said, does that help being able to prepare for a team on such short notice? I mean, they only found out about each other, what was it, yesterday during Thursday?
Yeah, it was yesterday afternoon, late into the evening. I got contacted by both head coaches telling me that this game was what they were going to do. And yeah, it certainly helps when you have less than 24 hours to prepare for an opponent, to play someone that you're already familiar with, that you're in the same conference have. And it's just, yeah, it really worked out well for both of these sides to be able to match up here this week with both opponents dropping out late in the week. I mean, almost last minute. They might have even been at practice when they found out that they were going to be playing a different opponent here tonight. So we'll see how both teams respond to that. Perhaps the biggest thing of note is that Potosi is going out on the road this year or this week. They've struggled on the road. They have not won a game yet here this season on the road, but they've played some tough opponents, to give them some credit. They played Farmington, St. John, and Central on the road. So they played a tough schedule there. They averaged just 6 points per game on offense over those 3 games. So the offense has not shown up, granted great opponents, so we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, it should be an interesting one, especially on such short notice. Potosi at Fredricktown, 4-3 for the Trojans, 1-4 for the Black Cats. That'll be on the MyMo Info Sports Stream, and Brandon Pavlina to my right. He'll have the call. Appreciate it, Brandon.
Thanks, Jacob.
That'll do it for us back here at the J98 studios on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show. We'll check back in with you guys on the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy halftime show. For now, we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll send you out to the field to hear from our broadcasters as they set the stage for kickoff. Coming up at 7 here on Regional Radio and 7:30 on AM 1400 KJF.
America's tastes go from sea to shining sea. But this summer, American taste buds will unite around steak. Whether for a barbecue or dinner for 2, steak answers the call with plenty of sizzle. So raise your grilling tongs, salute an American icon, and together proclaim, United We Steak. Join America at UnitedWeSteak.com. Beef.
Add the taste of fresh produce to your table when you shop Richard's Produce in Festus. All the season's freshest fruits and vegetables like Missouri-grown watermelon and apples, home-grown Amish tomatoes, and home-grown veggies. Stop in and pick up fresh-cut produce and coming soon items for your fall decorations, from pumpkins, gourds, corn stalks, and straw to mums in a variety of colors and sizes. For farm fresh produce any time of year, stop by Richard's Produce just off Veterans Highway on North Creek Drive in Festus. Look for their Red Barn building, open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Cozine Memorial Chapel has been serving Farmington and the surrounding communities since 1864. Their commitment of service to the community is deeply rooted in Missouri history and is the foundation for everything they do today. John Cozine is proud to be the 4th generation to operate Cozine Memorial Chapel and is proud to support Farmington High School. Cozine Memorial Chapel, serving families for generations at 217 West Columbia Street in Farmington.
Mario's Italia serves the best Italian food in Welcome in here to Fredricktown, Missouri. I'm Brandon Pavlina as we get set for Week 8 of the high school football season here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. We've got Potosi at Fredricktown. Potosi comes into this game with an overall record of 4-3 on the season. The Fredricktown Black Cats just 1-4. These two teams have already played once this year, folks. As you heard on the pregame show, they met back on September 11th, and it was Potosi getting a win in that game 28-6, but a lot has changed since then
A lot of players were missing on both sides in that contest, so a chance for a much different story here tonight. Now, of course, as you've heard, both these teams were supposed to play different opponents here tonight. Potosi was supposed to be on the road at North County, and Fredricktown was supposed to be hosting Doniphan. However, yesterday afternoon, both teams found out, well, can't play those teams, and they found each other. And so they will play for the second time here this season tonight on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. It's an MAFC White Division battle between Potosi and Fredricktown, and it's coming up next here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Until we get to that, we got to get to some other things here on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show. Got to tell you that Fleegs Equipment is in St. Genevieve and Leadington. Fleegs Equipment for all your lawn, farm, and garden equipment needs. Let their family serve your family. Highway 32 in St. Genevieve and on the Outer Service Road at the Leadington exit, or online 24/7 at fleegs.com. Here in the Mineral Area College broadcast booth, Mineral Area College is your next step. I'm Brandon Pavlina. We'll take a timeout and come back with our head coach interviews. We'll hear first from the head coach of the Potosi Trojans, Dylan Wyrick, and then we'll hear from Chuck Ford of the Fredricktown Black Cats. All that coming up here on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show.
I'm sitting here at Pizza 101 South in Bonne Terre with owner Dustin. And Dustin, I got to tell you, I am absolutely impressed with just about everything here.
Thanks, Mark. We're pretty excited about the work we've done here.
I tell you what, the pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing. And don't get me started on all the pastas, the salads, and the other appetizers.
We're pretty proud of our food and our selection that we have here. People can come in, they can dine in, they can carry out, and they can pick up from our window.
Well, you've got me sold. Pizza 101 South in Bonne Terre. It's the place to be for great family food and fun.
Welcome back here on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show as we get set for another edition of Friday Night Football. We've got Potosi taking on Fredricktown, and joining me is Dylan Wyrick, the head coach of Potosi. Coach, for you guys over the last couple of weeks, big offensive showings and a couple of impressive wins. Do you feel like your team is playing its best football right now?
You know, they're definitely starting to click. We're really excited for them. They've been able to establish a run game early on. That's been an issue early on in the season, but the past couple of weeks we've been able to establish a run game early on, and that's also helped us to open up the pass game for us. And our kids are definitely playing good football. I don't think they're at their best yet, but 1 week at a time we're going to continue to get there.
Coach, this was not your originally planned opponent for this evening, and you guys found out pretty much yesterday afternoon that this was going to be the team that you're playing. However, you have played Fredricktown already once this season, so just take me through what the preparation was like yesterday.
Well, I mean, you know, it was definitely, we found out about 3 o'clock yesterday that North County wasn't going to be on our schedule, so then we had to kind of scramble around. We actually, by 4:30, we were able to pick up Fredricktown. So, I mean, they're in the same boat we are. It was preparation as far as we've already had some scout film on them. They already had some scout film on us, and you know, but we were missing players the first time we played, and they were missing players the first time we played. So I think it's going to be a fun night. You know, we've got everybody back, and they've got everybody back, and you know, we can all be at our best and play our best football.
Well, obviously, a lot of teams have dealt with guys getting quarantined, missing weeks. You guys have certainly been no different. How nice is it to start to have all guys back and have your team at full strength?
It's awesome. It's you know, it's good for these kids to be able to have all their teammates around them. You know, it's the right thing. I'm excited to see them get to thrive together.
Absolutely, Coach. I'm totally in agreement with you. Final thing, keys to victory for you guys tonight.
Less turnovers, establish the run game early on, set the tone, and play fast, physical, and disciplined football. I think we'll be in good shape.
I appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate you.
All right, Dylan Wyrick, the head coach of the Potosi Trojans, here on the pregame show.
Gilster Mary Lee is now looking for owner-operators with their own authority and insurance to pull Gilster trailers round trip from their plants in southeast Missouri to thousands of locations across America. Weekly dependable settlements with a fuel card for significant discounts at the pump. Toll and scale devices are also available if needed. Everything is dry freight on 53-foot vans. Paid downtime and no-touch freight. You will support a private fleet for strictly round-trip lanes. Call Mike Welker at 800-851-5371, extension 3246.
Welcome back here on the Fleegs Equipment pregame show. Joining us now, the head coach of the Fredricktown Black Cats as they get set to take on Potosi here tonight. Second time this season you guys are taking them on. Coach, you're supposed to play Doniphan here for homecoming tonight, but you're taking on Potosi. Take me through what the preparation was like when you guys found out that you're playing them yesterday afternoon.
Well, it was pretty wild there for a while. You know, we tried to scramble and got some film and traded with them and just started watching and seeing how many things had changed and what had gotten better and what had gotten worse. And you know, it was, but a lot of what we were going to do with Donovan we were able to do tonight, so it didn't change as far as what the kids needed to know.
In the first matchup here this year, Coach, you guys were missing a couple of players. They were missing a couple of players. So things could be very different this time around with both teams pretty much back at full strength here tonight. When you looked at that film to see what they've done differently here over the last couple of weeks, what did you see?
Well, they did a lot of things differently offensively just to alleviate any problems with the missing kids. And so they really toned things down and ran real basic stuff. So, you know, I look for them to get into their full game plan, what they normally would do, spread it out, throw it. You know, really good quarterback, good receivers. And that's the kind of game that they need to play. But they were real effective with what they did before.
Last week, you guys took on a really good Central team. You got off to a great start, and you played a really strong first half, keeping it close with them. You guys jumped out to an early lead, though. How do you guys go about building on that and maintaining the offense throughout the game?
I would just tell the kids, you know, guys, you start off like that, maintain that, keep that going. You know, we scored, they scored. We threw an interception, and we quit. You know, you can't do that. You're in a tight ball game. You know, you got to go hard till the end. It may be a high-scoring affair. The scoring may end right there, but you got to finish.
Keys to victory for you guys tonight, Coach. What do you need to do well in this one?
I think we need to just stay with our game plan, make things work, take what they give us. Don't create a lot of bad plays. Keep the ball in our hands offensively so they can't do anything with it. Be able to stop them on defense.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Chuck Ford, head coach of the Fredricktown Black Cats, here on the pregame show.
Make it a great family night at Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington. Hi, my name is Amy Cousins, general manager of your local store. Maybe start out with a couple of appetizers: boneless wings, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, spinach artichoke dip, chicken quesadilla. There's so much to choose from. Let the kids pick from the kids menu, then for yourself, choose one of our favorites. Steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, we have it all. Go to Applebee's.com for the full menu and look for our happy hour prices. Doing good in the neighborhood, Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington.
Cleaning chemicals, disinfectants, and paper products are just a few of the items available from C&C Suppliers in Farmington. I'm Cheryl Sneed, owner of C&C Suppliers, a janitorial and food service supplier for commercial and residential use. We carry cleaning products, disposable food containers, gloves, sanitizers, disinfectants, face masks, shields, paper products, and so much more. Find C&C Suppliers on Facebook or stop by our location on Flat River Road in Farmington.
Welcome back here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. I'm Brandon Pavlina. Glad to have you alongside. We've got Potosi getting set to take on Fredricktown here tonight. It's an MAFC White Division battle. These two teams facing back on September 11th. They'll face each other for the second time this season here tonight. In that first matchup, Potosi got the win, 28-6. But as you've heard over and over again here on the pregame show, both teams look a lot different this time around. For Fredricktown, they have Malachi Kyle back in the backfield. That'll certainly help the offense. For Potosi, Andrew Coleman will be under center here tonight after missing last game due to quarantine against the Black Cats. So we'll see how this one shakes out here tonight as both teams are on the field ready to rock and roll. Coin toss going on right now, and the coin toss is brought to you by New Era Bank. It's easy to save your coins and change with New Era Bank's Roundup Savings. To see how easy it is, visit your local New Era Bank or go online at newerabank.com. New Era Bank, member FDIC. Looks like Potosi has won the coin toss. Actually, no, the coin toss is happening right now as the referee flips it into the air, signals to both players. He will look to the Trojans, and they will indicate that they will defer. So, Fredricktown will have the selection to choose. They will likely pick to receive. So Potosi will receive the second half kickoff as they have deferred on the coin toss. It's Potosi and Fredricktown tonight on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Potosi 4-3, Fredricktown 1-4. Fredricktown's lone win on the season came all the way back in week 2 when they beat Herman, a team that is 2-5 on the year. They won that game 42-18, their highest offensive output of the season. And for Fredricktown's offense, that's been the struggle, giving up, or actually scoring just 17.4 points per game. Although the defense has certainly been an issue as well. 38 points per game allowed there. But here tonight, a good chance for a victory against the team that you've already faced once this year and hung pretty tough with. And especially now that you have a big player back in Malachi Kyle, that'll certainly help things for the Black Cats tonight. Coin toss in the books. Kickoff a few moments away. Let's take a look at that forecast here tonight. It's brought to you by Presbyterian Manor, the way you want to live in Farmington, or online at presbyterianmanor.org. Here at kickoff, clear skies and 53 degrees. A perfect cool evening in October for some Friday night football. Should drop down to in the mid-40s here by the end of the game. So it'll cool off a little bit more, but it's not too bad. And the referee has thrown a flag already before the game has even started. It looks like he indicated that it was on Fredricktown. No, actually it's on Potosi, it looks like. So Potosi backed up 5 yards out of the gate. Okay, well, anyway, they will kick away from the 35-yard line as the Trojans will send it away. Fredricktown will receive first. Potosi in their white road uniforms, white tops, white bottoms, white helmets, with the purple and gold stripes on the shoulders. Fredricktown in the home black uniforms, black tops, black bottoms, and the black helmets, the gold numbers on the front and back. Ball is on the tee, and it is going to be a short pooch kick, almost like an onside kick, rolling towards the sideline, and a white jersey pounced on it. Do they have it? It looks like they do. Onside kick to start the ball game, and Potosi recovers. Well, that's not exactly what Fredricktown was hoping for to kick off the ball game, as they were hoping to receive the opening kick and have their first offensive possession. Instead, Potosi starts with it as they receive the onside kick. How about that? The kicker was Blake Coleman, the sophomore, and he just put a little pooch up the left side. So the Trojans come out, 3 backs in the backfield. And the senior quarterback, Andrew Coleman, under center. He goes to the deep man. And a good tackle there as Wade Merciel on a short gain will have a handful on the first play from scrimmage on offense for Potosi. Good carry of about 3 yards on Potosi's opening play. Trojans still with that 3-man set in the backfield. Looks like Wyatt Knapp is the up man, and in front of him is the big man, Amandre McCall. They're going to pitch it to the deep man. It's Merciel once again, and he'll get near the first down line, just short by maybe a yard or 2. So another good carry there. And just like that, 9 yards for Merciel, and it's 3rd down and about a yard and a half for Potosi going in just inside the 30-yard line. Coleman under center. And a hard snap almost got the Black Cats to jump. Coleman back under center, couple of hard counts. Now he's going to quarterback sneak, and he has enough for the first down as he'll pick up 3 or 4 on the 3rd and short. And so Andrew Coleman will move the chains for Potosi, the first down of the night. And it's brought to you by Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate. They move this town. 1st and 10, Potosi will set up going in on the 24-yard line. 3 plays, 3 runs, and a first down. 9 yards for Wade Merciel on 2 carries. Coleman picked up 3. Coleman's back under center. They've got 1 receiver near side. They're going to go to the deep man, Merciel. Merciel dragging tacklers near the first down line. It'll be 9 and maybe more. Depends on the spot. Another good carry for Merciel as they're feeding the big man early. It's a 9-yard pickup. It will be a 2nd down and 1. 18 yards on 3 carries now for Wade Merciel. On the near side out wide, they do have 1 receiver. It is Gavin Portell, and they're going to fake the handoff and roll out. Looking to throw is Coleman. He's going to go over the middle, and it's picked. Malachi Malachi Kyle comes up with the interception. He was not in the first game. He's here tonight. And on the opening drive, a huge play. Malachi Kyle gets the interception on Andrew Coleman's first pass attempt. And Fredricktown is going to start with possession backed up in their own territory, but they will actually have a possession before Potosi gets some points on the board. So that's a positive. How about that start? Malachi Kyle with a huge play. And now the Black Cats out on offense. The quarterback, Evan Burrow, is going to hand it off, and Kyle trying to get through the defense. He's still on his feet. About a 6-yard gain for Malachi Kyle after the handoff from Burrows. And Kyle, after the interception, he now has a good start to his night. Got about 6 or 7 there on his first tote. How about that? Good start for the Black Cats. After the opening kick, onside kick, Potosi recovered successfully. Fredricktown gets momentum right back. Burrows has 4 receivers split out wide to 2 to either side. They're going to hand to Malachi Kyle. To the far side he goes. Breaks the first tackle and is dragged down after a short gain of maybe a yard. And it'll be a 3rd down and short, about 2 yards to go for the Black Cats.
3rd and 1.
8 yards on 2 carries to start it off for Malachi Kyle. Looks to be about 1.5 yards short as Fredricktown comes up on 3rd down from their own 23-yard line. In a tight formation, they've got 2 receivers to either side and 2 tight wing backs. Burrows will drop back to throw, and he's looking. He has time. Now he's pressured, and he lobs it up, and it's picked off. Intercepted at right around the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by Potosi.
Trying to see who got it. Looked like it was Carson Saunders. Good play on the sideline over there, and just like that, possession back in the hands of the Potosi Trojans. So both quarterbacks, not prolific throwing quarterbacks, both better with their legs, and both on their first pass, it winds up in the hands of the opposing team. An interception for either side, and now Potosi back to work, starting at the 30. Maybe just inside. And a little fake, and now the give to the big man, Amandre McCall, and he'll get about 4 yards on 1st down. 4 or 5.
Malachi Kyle on the tackle.
And so that'll make it 2nd down and 5, as they call it a 5-yard carry. McCall, the up man. Behind him is Wyatt Knapp. Merciel, the deep man. They go to Merciel. He stumbles through the line and is taken down with maybe a half a yard picked up, if that. And that'll make it a 3rd down and about 3. Merciel with his 4th carry. He's already got 19 yards as he's been productive early. Potosi kicked off to start the ball game. It was an onside kick up the far sideline. And an interception by Andrew Coleman. Malachi Kyle picked it off, and then Evan Burrows threw an interception on the ensuing possession. Potosi with it back now, 3rd down and 5, and a penalty. And it's going to be on Potosi, as Potosi will move backward on a false start. That'll make it a 3rd down and 9. And so I talked a little bit briefly about it in the pregame. This is what Fredricktown needs to do. Force Potosi to throw the football. Coleman fakes the initial give, gives to Merciel. Merciel breaks the first tackle. He's into the 2nd level and looks like he has enough for a 1st down by maybe a yard. So a gain of 9.5. Call it 10. And the chains move once more. Wade Merciel, the first man through. He got the carry, and he absolutely barreled through the first arm tackle. So now 1st down and 10 going in on the 20-yard line. Coleman under center. He's going to give to McCall. McCall through the first wave and tripped up inside the 10-yard line right at around the 9. Boy, that's a big man, and he can move real well as he gets ahead of steam going, and you're not going to want to get in front of him. McCall is 5'10", 220. McCall, the up man. They're going to give to him once more. He leaps through the first wave, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Potosi, number 69.
Amandre McCall from 10 yards out as he rumbles home for the first score of the ball game. Both teams trade interceptions, and Amandre Campbell, the big man, first one to pay dirt, and it's Potosi leading 6-0. Amandre McCall. He has been a monster this year as they have continued to utilize him as the season has gone on. And I'll tell you what, he is a versatile weapon. He's now got 3 touchdowns on the season as Potosi lines up for the PAT. Snap is down, the hold is good, the kick is up, and that's a beauty. And it is straight through the uprights off the foot of Blake Henson. 7-0, Potosi out on top. Take a timeout and be back on the MIMO Info Sports stream.
Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate has been the trusted real estate advisor for over 60 years in the Mineral area. Hi, I'm Kim Hudson, owner of Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. No one has helped more people buy or sell real estate in our community than the agents at Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. We are proud of the community in which we live and serve. Contact us today for all your real estate needs. Find us on Facebook or online at coldwellbankerholsey.com. Coldwell Banker Holsey, we would love to be your realtor.
Could have been a great start for Potosi, not for their interception, but they took it back and they took it into the end zone. Not long after that interception, Potosi in for the first score of the ball game, a 10-yard run by Amandre McCall, and Potosi leads 7-0. McCall with his 3rd rushing touchdown on the season. 3 carries on that drive for 26 yards as he is the closest to the quarterback of the 3 backs in the backfield. So he doesn't get a chance to get a whole lot of momentum going, but he is a big, big man. He wears number 69, the same number as the offensive line, and he is a load to bring down, and he showed it right there. So Blake Coleman has it teed up, and another onside kick. And it's not going to go 10 yards, I don't believe. And the referees have not made an indication just yet, and it looks like Fredricktown has the football. They do. Black Cats ball at the 50-yard line, and that was strange. The player that jumped on it was Isaac Smith, and he was wise to do so because Potosi did a little squibber right up the middle. The slow roller, and seemed like an opportunity perhaps for Potosi to jump on it right at the 10-yard line of where it was kicked. But fortunately, Isaac jumps on it. So Fredricktown back to work. Burrows throws out wide, and his second pass rather incomplete as it was at the feet of his intended receiver, Donahue. So Donahue targeted on the outside on a screen pass, but Burrows just couldn't get enough on it. So it's 2nd down and 10 from right at the 50-yard line. 2 receivers to either side, Malachi Kyle in the backfield. Burrows from that short pistol set puts his hands up and receives the snap. He's back to throw. He winds up and drills it to the far side, but it's going to be a short pickup as it's caught by Pirtle. Or no, rather, it's caught by Hunter Hennon. And so Hennon has the completion. It's only good for about 2 yards. And so that'll make it 3rd down and long. Hennon, a senior, one of a handful on this Hillsboro offense. 3 of them up front on the line. Then you've got Burrows, Kyle, and Hennon. The rest are underclassmen. As Burrows comes up, 3rd down and long, 3rd and 8 to be exact. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the right, and the Trojans jumped. Unless Fredricktown moved, that'll make things a little easier for the Black Cats.
5-yard penalty offside.
Indeed it is going to be a encroachment penalty offsides, and so 2nd penalty of the ball game against Potosi, and 2nd one that could have a big impact. This one makes it now 3rd down and manageable, about 3rd and 3. Burrows back to throw. He's going to swing it out to Malachi Kyle. Turns on the Jets, near side, tries to find some room, and he is going to be hit hard, and Going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is going to be short of the yard to gain, so a short pickup there of about 2 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Would imagine they'll go for it. 4th down and a yard to go from the Potosi 42-yard line. And indeed, they will keep the offense out there. Burrows with 3 receivers flanked out to the right side, the wide side of the field, set up from the left side hash mark. Burrows from the short pistol with Malachi in the backfield. And that's where they go. Malachi gets the handoff. He's hit in the hole, but he rumbles through the contact for a good pickup of about 4 yards. And that'll be enough for a Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate first down. Malachi Kyle is just tough to bring down. He is not the biggest runner in the world. He is otherworldly speed in the open field. But it's not just that. He's a tough guy to tackle, as he got hit right at the line of scrimmage, but somehow shook free for 3 more yards. Burrows now back to throw on 1st down and 10, looking right side, and he's got a receiver, but it's in and out of the hands of his intended target, Donahue. And so that'll make it 2nd down and 10. And those are the completions that Fredricktown would like to have to just keep the offense moving in a positive direction. Don't want to have too many 3rd and longs or even 2nd and longs against a really good Potosi defense here in 2020. Fredricktown in plus territory. They're at the Potosi 36 or 37-yard line. 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Burrows from the pistol. He gets the snap. He's back to throw. Looking for a screen play, and he is hammered. Ball's out. The Trojans are on it. If they call it a fumble, looks like they will. Oh, baby, what a hit. In the backfield, it was Bryce Reed. The big sack of Burrows. Ball came loose, and the Trojans pounced on it. Looked like it was Kike Ortiz who got to the football first. And the Potosi Trojans, their 2nd takeaway of the contest. First one, an interception, that time a fumble. And they're back to work on their own 48-yard line. The turnovers, certainly an issue for Fredricktown. That was something that Coach Ford identified as being something that they cannot do here tonight. And an interception and a fumble on their first 2 offensive possessions spells trouble for the Black Cats here on homecoming. Potosi comes up, and they fake the give. They're going deep. Over the top they go, and the pass is caught. Up the near sideline, it's Gavin Portell. He goes from the 48 all the way down to the 13.
Gavin Portell.
Call it a 39-yard completion. And with that, Andrew Coleman had his first completion of the night, and it's a big one. They ran the fake, and they just ran the deep pass over the top. That's quick change football right there if I've ever seen it. You get the takeaway, you go for a shot, and they make it count. So Coleman comes up. He'll pitch it to Merciel, the deep man. Merciel running through arm tacklers, and then he'll be brought down after a good gain of maybe 5. And that'll make it 2nd down and manageable from deep in Fredricktown territory. From inside the 10-yard line, looks like they're right at the 9. So another good carry for Wade Merciel. And we'll see what they decide here deep in Fredricktown territory. They'll pitch to Merciel. To the far side he goes. Breaks the first tackle. He's inside the 5. And then he's brought down, look like right around the 5. And so a gain of about 4.
3rd and 1 inside the 5-yard line.
And that'll make it 3rd down and 1 at the 5. So they need to get a yard for a first down. 5 yards would get them into the end zone once more. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Potosi leading 7-0. Coleman under center, 3 backs in the backfield. And now he'll come up for error and reset. Coleman back to work. 3 backs, they fake the pitch, they give to McCall, and McCall is into the end zone. He falls forward and he's dancing. Touchdown Potosi. Amandre McCall, his 2nd of the contest. As it's now 13-0, Potosi on top. And it's the Amandre McCall show. Make it now 4 touchdowns on the season for Amandre McCall, as he is proven to be a problem here tonight down in that end zone area. His first touchdown was from 10 yards out, second one from 5 yards. They faked the pitch, they gave it to the big man, and he rumbled home. And now Potosi's going for 2. They're going to throw it out to the far side. Blake Henson has it, knifing through defenders, and he is in. A flag is down, though, and they're going to call an illegal motion, so it's not going to count. And that'll be a tough break, but it's probably the right call. So all that for nothing, and now Potosi likely will have to attempt the extra point. Illegal motion on the Trojans. That's their 3rd penalty in the first quarter, although they've all been just of the 5-yard variety. 13-0 the score, 3:37 to go in the first, and Potosi is now likely going to try the PAT. The holder is Blake Meese. The kicker is Blake Henson. A lot of Blakes on this Potosi team. The snap is to nothing. Mimo Info Sports.
Hi, it's Anna. At Cole's Tractor and Equipment, customers fell in love with the special LS 35 horsepower package deal, so we thought we should fall too. Those fall and winter jobs will be effortless with this special package deal. Get the LS 35 horsepower shuttle shift, 4-wheel drive diesel tractor with the front loader, the 5-foot brush hog, and 5-foot box blade, plus the 18-foot deluxe flatbed car hauler trailer for only $21,650. Oh, but wait, you also get the free, that's right, you'll get the free 2700 PSI pressure washer and 2 ratchet tie downs, and of course the best 6-year parts and labor warranty from LS, the major brand maker that you already know and love. So let me recap. Get a head start on fall and winter jobs with this tractor, loader, brush hog, box blade, and flatbed trailer, all for only $21,650, plus the free pressure washer and 2 ratchet tie downs. Financing available on site. Just give us a call at 573-756-4353 and see us on Facebook at Cole's Tractor and Equipment. Don't just follow the herd, lead the herd with LS Tractors and Cole's Tractor and Equipment. Highway 32 just outside of Farmington.
Welcome back here on the Mimo Info Sports Stream. 14-0 Potosi, and they're keeping the pressure on as they just tried yet another onside kick. However, Fredricktown fortunate to recover as another short pooch kick. Not sure what that's all about, if Potosi and Coach Wyrick's just trying to put this one to bed early. But all 3 kickoffs now have been onside kicks. Fredricktown goes back to work. They trail 14-0. Amandre McCall with 2 first-half touchdowns. The pass is complete. Beautiful. How about that move? Carter Cheney, the freshman, up the far sideline. He's got room. He's got blockers. What a play. He's going to be down inside the 10, but they go from their own 48 all the way down to the 7 or 8 yard line. And no, it's actually a little further out than that. But what a play. Carter Cheney with some fancy footwork. So they'll go down to the 15-yard line, and a timeout is going to be called on the field. So how about that? 37 yards for the Fredricktown Black Cats. Evan Burrows on the connection to Carter Cheney, the freshman. 37 yards, and they're going to work now at the 15. 30-second timeout, back in a flash on J98. Yes.
As a leader in healthcare and wellness in Jefferson County and the surrounding area, Comtree is open to serve you and your family. In addition to in-person appointments, we are excited to offer video virtual visits to our current and many new patients. Our behavioral health and primary care patient portal allows you to message your provider, request medication refills, and review medical records. Safety is our highest priority for in-person visits. We are taking additional precautionary measures to protect you, your family, and our staff. Together, we are changing the landscape of healthcare. Thank you for being a member of the Comtree family tree.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Coming out of that timeout, a penalty on Fredricktown, a false start. That's their first penalty of the contest, and that's a tough one after you get the 37-yard connection from Burrows to Cheney. Now they're moving backwards. First down and 15 from the 20-yard line now. 37 yards for Cheney, and now an incomplete pass on first down over the middle for Burrows. Couldn't quite find his intended receiver, so second down and 10. Or second down and 15, excuse me. Potosi leading 14-0 here in the first quarter. 3:20 still to go here in the first quarter. This would be a huge moment for Fredricktown to try to get back into this contest. I got to imagine you got to try to get the ball into Malachi Kyle's hands outside wide somehow, some way. Get him in space, get him the football. Second and 15 from the 20. Burrows back to throw, setting up a screen. They get it to Kyle. Kyle makes the first man miss up the far sideline. He breaks another tackle and is out of bounds after a pickup of about 7 or 8. And that'll cut the yardage in half. It'll make it a third down and about 7 to go. Now back at right around the 11-yard line. So that's what I would imagine that they wanted to do. He is just such an elite playmaker for this offense. And if he can get going here tonight, that could really be good for Fredricktown, as they need a spark on the offensive side. Third down and 7 from the 11-yard line going in. Fredricktown, as the play clock winds down, Burrows just gets the snap off, hands it to Malachi Kyle, and he's got a lot of room to go. Oh, near side, he's hit. He's spun down. And he is going to be taken down. Not a big gain there, if any, as he got to the outside and there just was no daylight. And they're fortunate that they got that playoff without a whistle. They're going to call it a gain of maybe a yard for Malachi Kyle. That's his fourth carry. He's got 13. And they're going to go for it, of course. Fourth down and about 6 now from right around the 10-yard line. Well, what does Chuck Ford draw up here? They've gone short to Malachi Kyle a few times. We'll see what they do now. Play clock winding to 5. Burrows from the pistol. Back to throw. Over the middle, he throws a dart, and it's off the face mask of Carter Cheney. An absolute bullet over the middle, and Cheney couldn't handle the high heat. Incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. That's a tough break there. Cheney had the phenomenal play, the 37-yard reception to get them down there. And Burrows threw an absolute dart over the middle, and it just was a little too quick for Cheney, the freshman. So now Coach Ford having a little chat with Burrows on the sideline as they'll try to figure out a way to get some points on the board here in the first half. 2:18 remaining in the first quarter. Potosi leading 14-0. Amandre McCall has both touchdowns for Potosi. The big man. And the Trojans come up. They're going to fake to the first man through, and rumbling down if things remain the same. They do. It is Wyatt Knapp, as he'll get about 3. That keeps them right on pace. So Knapp with his first carry. And now they'll rotate bodies in, as it looks like Zane West checks in at tailback for the first time. They give it to McCall. McCall is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards for the first time tonight. He did at least pick up maybe a half a yard, so it's still a semi-positive gain. Doesn't move them too far backward. Third down and 5 now. Big moment for Fredricktown. A stop here gets you off the field. Big play indeed. Third down and 5. Potosi comes up on their own 15-yard line. One receiver is near side. Potosi going from left to right. Coleman under center, 3 backs in the backfield. They pitch it. It's to West, the deep man. West trying to get to the edge, and he is drilled and taken down after a short gain. Only about a yard up the far side on a sweep play And that'll make it a 4th down and about 3 or 4 to go. We'll see what the call is here. Zane West first carry, a short one. Call it a 1.5 yards. 4th down and 3, they're going for it. Potosi pitches it to the deep man. And it's going to be close. It looks like they've got enough. They pitched it out wide to Blake Henson for his first carry of the ball game. And he gets 4 and he moves the chains. It's another Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate first down. That's a tough break there for Fredricktown. You get them 4th down and short, and you can't get off the field. See who's going to make a play. Ooh, a big collision in the hole as they give it to the up man. Looked like that was, indeed, once again, Wyatt Knapp. He's the second man through.
Tackle on the play by Levi Pirtle, going to be 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. 2 carries, 5 yards for Wyatt Knapp tonight. Play clock, or rather the first quarter clock, winding down, and it will hit zeros. And that'll do it. 14-0 to score after 1 quarter of play. Potosi leading Fredricktown here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. Take a break and come back. Stick around.
Fall is here and winter is on its way. This is Andy from Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington. We're always ready to help you get what you need no matter what the season. Plumbing, electrical hardware, lumber, tools, and so much, much more. Stop by and see us and check out the Makita, Yeti, Benjamin Moore, Traeger grill inventory. We're Gifford Lumber Company and we're hometown proud, located on Potosi Street in Farmington.
Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, hometown proud.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. I'm Brandon Pavlina. Potosi leading Fredricktown 14-0 after the first quarter. Let's look at some first quarter statistics. Andrew Coleman 1 for 2, the interception. Also a 39-yard completion to Gavin Portell. The star of the first quarter was Amandre McCall. He had 5 carries for 32 yards and 2 touchdowns. The big man rumbling home for both of Potosi's scores. Also, Wade Merciel has 7 carries, 38 yards, so he's off to a nice start. For Fredricktown, Evan Burrows had the big completion to Carter Cheney. On the night so far, he's 4 for 8 for 49 yards and an interception. Cheney has the 1 long catch. Malachi Kyle has 2 catches for 10 yards. He's also got 4 carries for 13 yards. That's a look at your first quarter statistics. It was 3 penalties in the first quarter for Potosi for 15 yards. They also tried an onside kick 3 times. Potosi's being aggressive tonight. 2nd down, they go to the up man, and it's Merciel, and he gets spun down, but he falls forward for a good gain, and they're going to give him a first down. They'll call it a pickup of 8.5. And so Wade Merciel moves the chains again, and with that, he's closing in on 50 yards in the first half. 46 is where he stands now on 8 carries. He averages 6.5 per tote on the year. He's right around that tonight. The D-man is Henson, and they're going to go to him. On the right side, Henson is going to be driven down in the backfield. They say he spun ahead for a positive gain of a yard, but that's it, just a yard. 1. 2 carries now for Henson for 5 yards. So they flipped it. Merciel, the short man. It's still Wyatt Knapp, the up man, and then the deep man is Henson. That's where they go. To the near side this time. Breaks the first one, and then Malachi Kyle came flying in to slow him down, and Henson spun away but could not stay on his feet. Still a good gain of about 6 yards for Blake Henson, his 3rd carry. He's at 11 now. And so it's now 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 3 from the 42-yard line. Coleman under center. It's still Merciel, Knapp, and Henson. Coleman keeps. He gets pushed. I don't think you got it. It's going to depend on the spot. It's short. Gain of a yard, and that's not enough. It's going to be a 4th down and 1. Coleman's 2nd carry. He's only got 4. But here we go again. Another 4th down try for Potosi and another opportunity for the Black Cats to get off the field. 4th and 1 from the 44-yard line. Potosi comes up. And they're going to give to the short man, and it looks like they have enough for the first down. Holy cow. What a collision in the hole as Wade Merciel absolutely leveled the linebacker. Not sure who it was. It looks like TJ Bowling is walking around a little dazed, and I don't blame him. He met a big man with a football. Wade Merciel gets 2. It's a first down, 1st and 10. They're back to throw. Coleman near side going, and he's wrapped up, and now he's going to try to throw it away, and that's going to be grounding. As he was wrapped up by the defender. Great pressure by Mason Adams, the senior. And Coleman in the grasp tried to throw it away, and that'll be grounding. So that'll move him back. The penalty right at the 40. So that'll be about a 7-8 yard penalty. And it'll certainly help Fredricktown's efforts here to slow down the Potosi drive. 14-0 Trojans, 9:45 to go in the first half. And they're going to move him back. And it's actually going to be a much bigger penalty than I originally said. It's actually closer to a 12-yard penalty as they'll move him back to the 35. So 4 penalties now for Potosi in the first half for 27 yards. Not too bad. Although any penalty certainly doesn't help. 2nd down and 20 from their own 36. The Trojans go to the deep man, Henson. Henson breaks through, and he's to the second level before he is driven down hard by Malachi Kyle. Whew. Another big hit. Malachi Kyle came flying up from that safety spot and absolutely laid a hit. Still a good gain for Henson, about 8 yards, as he put his foot in the turf and shook the first man through. Left him eating some turf behind him. 3rd down and 12. This is a big play for Fredricktown. You want to try to keep it at 4th down and long. 3 up men. Merciel, and then Knapp, and then Henson. They fake to all 3. Coleman rolling out right, looking for room to run, and he is not going to have much. It'll be a 4th down and about 6. So actually he did better than I thought. Got about 6 yards on the carry there on the play-action rollout. Was looking to throw the ball, but just decided to keep it himself. And I would imagine Potosi's going to go for it. They've been aggressive all night. They've tried 3 onside kicks. They've gone for it on 4th down twice and gotten it twice. So we'll see. 4th down and about 5 from the 49-yard line going in. Coleman under center. He's going to fake and throw. Back to throw. Pressure in the backfield. He gets away. Ball's on the turf, and he's down, and he falls on it, but Fredricktown gets it back. It's a turnover on downs and about as good of a one as you could have hoped for. All the way in the backfield at the 41-yard line. Coleman is knocked down. He lost the football. He did fall on it, but still, Fredricktown in good shape. They'll start from their opponent's 41-yard line. Back and forth we go. Seesaw, seesaw, up and down. Both teams trading turnovers in the first half. 14-0 Potosi. Fredricktown, they're going to find some offense at some point in this game. It's just a matter of finding the consistency. Burrows to throw near side. Bit of a duck, but they complete the pass. And it's into the hands of Donahue, and he is out of bounds after a good gain of about 5. And it'll be 2nd down. Burrows, it's a dangerous throw out to the outside. If you don't get enough on it, you're making life real easy for your opponent to cut underneath that pass and maybe take it the other way. We'll see if Potosi tries to tighten up on a few of those screen passes here so far tonight. Burrows going to give to Malachi Kyle off the left side. Kyle breaks a few tackles. He's got some room. He's got ahead of Steve. He's up the left sideline, and he's gone. Malachi Kyle. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. 36 yards in the blink of an eye. How about that? I told you they were going to find some offense, and I had a feeling it was going to be number 2. Malachi Kyle, 36 yards out. He hits pay dirt, and Fredricktown back within a score, 14-6, with 8:30 to go in the first half. Oh, baby, that was amazing. That kid's a football player, folks. PAT, and they're faking it. Burrow's going to throw, and it is intercepted. So they try to go for 2. They had a good play drawn up, but good reaction by the Potosi defense. Fredricktown on the board, 36-yard run by Malachi Kyle. Take a break. Be back in a moment here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Hi, welcome to the UPS store.
Yeah, I'd like to ship this package.
Great, I can help you with that and every other ing.
Did you just say every other ing?
Printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs.
Shredding.
Yep.
Mailboxing.
Uh-huh.
Notarizing?
That too.
Wow, that's really some ing.
Now you're getting it.
The UPS store. Every ing for small business. And of course, shipping.
Hi, this is Jim, owner of the UPS store in Festus. See us now at our new location at 650 North Creek Drive next to Tiger Express Car Wash.
Well, that's what that young man can do. Malachi Kyle scampers into the end zone and blows past the entire Potosi defense. He had no business getting to the end zone on that play. It was a simple handoff right up the middle. He broke to the outside, made one man miss, and he is so fast that he just pulled away from the rest of the Potosi defense. I told you, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and he'll do it in the blink of an eye. 36-yard touchdown run, Malachi Kyle, and it's back to a one-score game, 14-6. Fredricktown is back in business, and now we'll see how Potosi responds. They've turned the ball over twice. They had an interception, actually I guess 3 times. They've had an interception, a fumble, and a turnover on downs. And now a short kick by Fredricktown, and I don't know about that, as I think you might play that one deep, but it'll still get into the hands of the up man for Potosi, Zane West, and he gets out to the 50. So short field for the Trojans, and we'll see if the Fredricktown defense has an answer. Potosi converted 2 fourth downs on that last drive before finally on a 4th down and 5. Fredricktown got in the backfield and knocked down Andrew Coleman for a sack to get possession back, and then a few plays later, Malachi Kyle's in the end zone. It's got to be the recipe for the rest of the game for Fredricktown. Get some stops, get the ball to number 2. Coleman in the shotgun. He's going to send Portell in motion, and they hand it to him. Portell cuts back. He's got room. He hits the safety, Kyle. Malachi Kyle is everywhere tonight. A 10-yard pickup as he's driven backwards. A fantastic tackle by Malachi Kyle.
Gavin Portell.
And Gavin Portell on the sweep. Good carry. Good pickup.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Gavin Portell I did not have listed as someone who could possibly run the football. He can. 11 yards. Potosi now with 116 on the ground in the first half. 11 there for Portell. His first carry of the season. A little shake and bake. 2 receivers to either side. Coleman in the pistol. He's got Henson behind him. They pitch to Henson. Near side. Henson's got the corner. Henson is hit hard and taken down at the 40. Make it rather the 30. I was 10 yards behind, but he's right around the 30-yard line. It's going to be another pickup of about 11 and another Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate first down. Henson now 5 carries, 30 yards. And they're just getting to the edge. 7.5 to go in the first half, 14-6, Potosi leading. From the pistol with Henson behind him, Coleman will throw. And it's low, and it is going to be short of his intended target. Looks like he was looking up the near side for number 22, Carson Saunders, but it was just short of Saunders' reach. So Coleman with another incompletion there. He's 2 for 3, but had the big completion for 39 yards. Trojans back to work. 2 receivers to either side. 2nd down and 10. Portell, the man in motion. He'll stop in the backfield, and they're going to hand to Henson up the right side. Henson cuts back. He's got room. Henson to the outside. Henson inside the 5. Inside the... Actually inside the 10-yard line, and a little bit more than that. Good carry. Yeah, he's inside the 5. That's a good run right there by Blake Henson. He's actually right around the 8-yard line, so not inside the 5, but still a big carry, and it's coming back. And that helps. Holding on Potosi. That's a break that the Trojans certainly needed. And that's the 5th penalty now on Potosi, and that one wipes away a big gain. That one would have been for, right around 18 yards, maybe a little more. Instead, it's now 2nd down and 15. So the 5-yard holding penalty, as it occurred 5 yards into the play, makes it 2nd and 15. Coleman to work with 2 receivers to either side. He's back to throw, looking to set up the screen to Henson. They get it there. Henson is hit and taken down immediately. He will pick up about 3 or 4 yards, but that's it. Good job by the Fredricktown defense to react quickly and get onto Henson, who has the ability to make some moves. And actually, it's an even shorter gain than that. They'll call it a pickup of only about 2, so it's 3rd down and about 13. Coleman with a man in motion. They hand to Henson, the deep man. He's looking for the corner again, and he has it. Now he cuts back. Now he cuts to the outside, and he is belted by Malachi Kyle, and a flag comes in. And it's a tough call. Malachi looked like he may have leaped and led with the helmet, and that's what they'll call a personal foul on Malachi Kyle after a good pickup of right around 14 yards. So it's at the end of the run. So Henson with 14, and then the personal foul will set him up in even better territory inside the, or right rather at the 10-yard line. So it's only going to be about a 10-yard penalty as it occurred right around the 20. They'll go half the distance. 2nd penalty for Fredricktown, but a big one. 1st and 10 from the 10. Flag is down. They hand to Merciel up the middle. He has about 4 or 5. We'll see what the penalty is. Heard someone say makeup call. Very possible indeed. A false start, as it will send Potosi back 5. Another penalty on Potosi. They've now got 6 in the first half for 37 yards. So fortunately for them, a lot of them have been shorter penalties, but still don't need to necessarily be having those. 6:39 to go in the first half, 14-6. Potosi leads, and they're working from the 15-yard line on a 1st and goal. Coleman with Merciel in the backfield, and they fake to Merciel. Now it's West on the sweep on the far side. He cuts back, and he is going to be taken down inside the 10. Looks like right around the 9. So that'll be about a 5-yard gain. Zane West on his 2nd carry of the night. Cheney on the tackle, and so now it's 2nd down. And actually, oh boy, I'll tell you what, those linesmen are walking like they got drunk goggles on out there. It actually looks like a little bit closer to the 11 or 12-yard line. So they're zigging and zagging. Coleman looking to throw. Rolling right. Over the top, and it's tipped, and it is incomplete. As they almost had the interception, Hunter Hennon got his hands on it in the end zone, as Coleman just couldn't quite get it over the top. The incompletion makes it a 3rd down and goal from the 11-yard line. Coleman just 2 completions on 5 attempts in the first half. 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. And now a man in motion and a whistle and a false start as Potosi will move back. Another 5 yards. 7th penalty in the first half for 42 yards. That's been a saving grace for Fredricktown. Potosi continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, however, they do have an excellent kicker. Blake Henson has hit a couple of PATs that could have very easily been 30-plus yard field goals. And that's right around the range that they're in currently. So we'll see if they try to get it closer and try to go for the end zone, or if they try to kick it. Third down and goal from the 16. Coleman back to throw, throws a strike. It's tipped and incomplete. Malachi Kyle was there in coverage along with a couple of other players. Caleb Walker was there, as was Colby Donahue. And it's incomplete. Excellent coverage. They almost had the pick, but instead now it's fourth down. From right around the 16-yard line, it's 4th and goal. And Potosi doesn't look to be bringing on the kicking unit, so they're going to go for the end zone. They had an opportunity right there, and I guess why not? You're already deep enough in your own territory or in your opponent's territory that a turnover here doesn't hurt you too bad. 4th and goal from the 16. Screen pass. Merciel weaving, and he's hit and taken down short of the goal line. Well short. Right around the 8 is where he will get to. It's an 8-yard reception on the screen, but that's only half of what they needed. So Merciel gets, well, they'll call it 6 again as the refs move. 6-yard pickup, and Fredricktown will start on their own 10. Well, listen, Malachi Kyle ripped off a run that nobody was going to catch him on if he was in the open field. We'll see if he can do it again. He had a 36-yard touchdown run last time the Black Cats were on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 10. Burrows fakes the give to Malachi, and now a throw, dangerous one. It is caught, but it's going to be for negative yardage as Colby Donahue leaped up and pulled it in, but it looks like a loss of about 3. And so that's just a dangerous pass, man. I tell you what, deep in your own territory, it's risky to put the ball out wide if you're not going to put a lot on it, because that could be an easy walk-in interception, pick 6. So Fredricktown now 2nd down and 13 from their own 7-yard line. Burrows with 3 receivers to the left. Kyle in the backfield. Burrows will throw right. He's got it complete, and he makes a man miss. Rumbling ahead is Donahue. He'll be near the 1st down marker. We'll see where he got to. Indeed, he has enough. So they go from a 2nd down and 13, a near side slant, and Colby Donahue pulled it in, put his foot in the ground, and got upfield for 13, 14 yards and a 1st down. Another Coldwell Banker Halsey real estate 1st down. Good job there. 4:15 to go in the first half. Potosi still leading. Burrows is going to give to Malachi Kyle. Kyle cuts back near side, has a little room. He leaps forward, and he's going to pick up about 3 or 4 before he is taken down. They'll call it 4 or 5, and Malachi on his 6th carry now reaches 50 yards in the contest. 53 on 6 for Malachi on the 36-yard touchdown run. 3:40 to go in the second quarter. 14-6. It's Potosi leading Fredricktown. Burrows with an empty backfield, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's back to throw. Pressure comes. He steps through it. He's running for his life, and on the near side, he'll put the ball out and maybe pick up a yard or 2, and it'll be a 3rd down and short.
Burrows on the quarterback keeper.
Good reaction, though. He was pressured immediately in the backfield and somehow managed to escape. He's more nimble back there than you might think as Burrows gets ahead for a yard or 2. 3rd down and 3. From their own 28-yard line. Burrows with another empty backfield. Back to throw. Pump fake. He's going to Malachi. He's got him! At the 50, Malachi loses the football, but he jumps on it.
Malachi Kyle on the reception.
Oh, man. Well, he's explosive. Almost a bad one. But Malachi, another big play as they go ahead and get about 14 yards, and that's another Coldwell Banker Halsey real estate 1st down. And Malachi Kyle now with his 3rd reception has 24 yards. Right at the 50 with 3 minutes to go. Fredricktown's offense is starting to find some rhythm. started back on their own 10-yard line. Burrows back to throw. Kyle running the fade. Instead, they go short, and the pass is tipped and caught. Oh, my goodness, Colby Donahue. He's got the first down and more. A pickup of around 14. Oh, man. Yeah, catch it every break. You got to love it. 14 more for Fredricktown. They're cooking. From the 35-yard line going in. 2:40 to go in the first half. Black Cats with a drive. They've already marched 55 yards. Burrows, shotgun, empty backfield. And now a false start as Malachi Kyle got started a little bit too early there. And the fans seem to think that the defense may have moved first. We'll see what the indication is from the men in stripes. And they're going to call it on Potosi. How about that? Offsides and a 5-yard penalty. Boy, makes it 8 in the first half now for Potosi. 8 penalties for 47 yards. 2.5 to go in the first half. Fredricktown now going in on the 30-yard line, trailing by 8, 14-6. Burrows from the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. On a 1st and 5. He's looking to throw. He'll go far side, and the lob pass is tipped, and that was dangerous. They tried to set up the screen, but the man who was running the screen didn't come back to the football, and that was almost an easy interception for Levi Courtney out wide. At the linebacker spot typically is Courtney, but he was out covering a receiver on the far side, and he had an A-plus opportunity at the pick. Fortunately, the intended receiver, believe it was Pirtle, punched it away, having to play a little defense on offense. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Burrows, Malachi Kyle in the slot to the right. He's looking that way. Burrows steps up in the pocket. Now he steps through. He's running, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Evan Burrows starting to feel the pocket presence. A first down, a pickup of 10. As Burrows scampers from the 30 down to the 20, just outside the red zone for Fredricktown. 12 yards on 2 carries for Evan Burrows on this drive. They're making plays. This has been fun. 2 minutes to go in the first half, 14-6. Potosi looking for a stop. Burrows from the shotgun. He's got an empty backfield with 2 right and 3 left. Back to throw. And he's going to have to just throw it away, and he does, as he had all kinds of pressure in the backfield. Braden Isgriggs was back there, along with Bryce Reed. Some good pressure on the Fredricktown quarterback, and now it's 2nd down and 10. The only thing about this elongated drive for Fredricktown is it's certainly wearing down Potosi. It's also wearing down Fredricktown a little bit. You could see Burrows a little bit winded there, perhaps, but he sprints back to the huddle. Play clock winding, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Got to get it off. And they do, just in time. Burrows back to throw. Pump fake. He's got a man deep. He's got a man. Touchdown. Flag is down, but if it stands, it's Hunter Hennon from 20 yards out.
Hunter Hennon.
And it looks like they are going to call
Penalty is
an ineligible receiver downfield. Boy, that's a tough break on Fredricktown. They had a beautiful connection to Hunter Hennon. They ran the pump fake on the screen, the cornerback bit, and Burrows threw an absolute dime. Penalty moves them back 5. It'll be now at the 25-yard line. Just the 5th penalty in the first half, but that one wipes off a touchdown, so that makes it a little bit more significant. Minute 45 remaining in the second quarter. Fredricktown, 2nd and 15, going in on the 25. They hand to Malachi Kyle, and he runs into a wall in the backfield and is driven down hard.
Malachi Kyle on the carry.
So now it's 3rd down and 15, and after the huge play gets wiped off the board, now Fredricktown in a tough spot at 3rd and long, and a timeout is called. We'll take it too. Back in 30 seconds here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
This is Dr. Karen Melton at Hearing Care Partners. We hope you don't miss a single thing this sports season. Stop by for a free hearing screening so you'll hear every play and the person sitting right next to you. One of the best parts of the game is chatting with old friends and making new ones. We wish all our local players a safe and healthy sports season. It's Hearing Care Partners. Find us online at hearingcarepartners.com.
Back here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. Been an exciting first half of action between Potosi and Fredricktown. Potosi leads, but Fredricktown driving and trying to put some points on the board here late in the first half. 14-6 is the score, as both teams have been sloppy with the football here tonight. Potosi's had a couple of turnovers, an interception and a fumble. They also lost it on downs. Fredricktown has an interception. Malachi Kyle also fumbled, but he was able to recover. So we'll see how that plays out in the second half, because possessions have been at a premium. Potosi leading by 8, 14-6, minute and a half to go in the first half. Burrows comes up on a 3rd and 15 going in on the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to either side. It's Malachi Kyle in the backfield. They try to set up a screen to him. He catches it. Looks to make the first man miss. He does. Gets past the second man, but then he's taken down. And boy, that's a huge tackle by Wyatt Knapp to rein in Malachi Kyle, who slipped the first 2 defenders and had a head of steam and was going to try to break it through. He almost did. He is a fun football player to watch, folks, and that is why it is so key that he is back tonight for this Black Cat team, because he can make such a huge impact on any given play. They'll come up empty. Malachi is in the slot on the near side. 2 receivers that way, 3 to the left. Burrows from the shotgun, drops back to throw. Throws it over the middle. It's caught! It's caught! And into the end zone, maybe down at the 1. No, touchdown! Can you believe it? Carter Cheney, the freshman. Over the middle, he caught the slant. The defender fell down, and Cheney waltzed his way into the end zone. What a play. The freshman, Carter Cheney. An absolutely huge play. And the Black Cats are back into the end zone. 2-point game. They're going to go for 2, 14-12. Oh, baby. That is a heck of a play on a 4th down and long. Carter Cheney gets Fredricktown within 2. 2-point try. They've got both sides split out wide, empty backfield, and now Fredricktown calls a timeout. They were going to go with the quarterback sneak. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Whatever your educational goals are, you can achieve them at Jefferson College. With caring faculty, convenient locations, and award-winning academic programs, your future is Jefferson College's focus. To learn more, call 636-797-3000 or visit jeffco.edu for a complete list of degrees and programs. Enroll now.
For higher education, for higher expectations, Jefferson College, Jefferson College, and you.
Carter Cheney has 2 catches in the first half, and the freshman has a touchdown and 62 yards to his credit. And the Black Cats are back in business as Evan Burrows. And just an unbelievable drive. Fredricktown marched 90 yards on that drive. They started all the way back on their own 10, and they have a chance to tie it up with 40 seconds on the clock remaining in the first half. 2-point try, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Malachi Kyle in motion. They fake to him. Burrows keeps up the gut. I don't think he got there. And they say no.
On the quarterback keeper extra point attempt. No
He's
good.
a big quarterback, and he is tough to bring down, but he ran right into a wall of Trojan defenders and could not quite squeak through. So the 2-point try fails. It remains 14-12, but Fredricktown is cooking with gas, folks. 90 yards to end the half as they just march right down the throat of this Potosi defense. Impressive stuff. I'll tell you what. It's been fun in this first half, folks. Both teams, a couple of turnovers, a couple of big plays on offense. And who knows how this one finishes up. Potosi won the toss. They elected to defer, so they will receive the second half kickoff. We'll see what they decide to do here on their final drive with only 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Very possible that they will decide to just kick it deep and try to get Potosi to bleed some clock out. For Potosi, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Kicker out there is TJ Bowling. He's got it teed up at the 40-yard line. Henson back deep to return. Bowling goes deep, far side, whistle down, or flag down, whistle blown, and they'll do it again as false start, illegal motion. Either way, it's going to send Fredricktown back 5. That's their 4th penalty of the first half, 25 yards, so not terrible for the Black Cats, chasing just 2 points. Blake Meesey is back along with Blake Henson. Meesey on the far side, Henson on the near side. Fredricktown will now send it away from their own 35-yard line. The Black Cats trail by 2 here in the first half, 40 seconds remaining. Several other good games going on around the area. This one living up to the billing. These two teams were not supposed to play tonight. Supposed to have different opponents, but Fredricktown's offense has showed up, and when that happens, this Fredricktown team is tough. Bowling, pooch kick. It's off and up, man. And who fell on it? It looks like Merciel did. He did. Wow. I don't think that was intentional, but it hit off, I think, Eli Harris, one of the men on the front line for Potosi, and he couldn't find the ball quickly enough. The Black Cats came flying in, dove on it, but Merciel got there first, and fortunately so. Now, however, Potosi has a chance to drive down. They have 2 timeouts remaining, 40 seconds to work with, and only 50 yards to try to get down there. Well, it'll be 55 as too many men on the field, an illegal substitution. Coach Wyrick not happy on that sideline. And so it will send Potosi back 5. Another penalty for Potosi, as that is 9 penalties in the first half for the Trojans for 52 yards. 1st and 15 from their own 45. Henson goes in motion. They hand it to him, and he'll get through the first wave. About a 7 or 8 yard gain before he is driven hard out of bounds. Was that Malachi again? No, not that time, but that was an excellent tackle.
Hunter Hennon on the tackle.
Hunter Hennon got there. He laid an absolute licking.
Gain of 3 yards.
On the ball carrier, Henson. Some big hits tonight, too. These teams are playing hard. 2nd down and 8 after Henson's 8-yard carry. And they're going to hand to West. West gets to the edge on the near side. Breaks another tackle, and he's inside the 30. From right around the 48-yard line, it's West getting down to about
10 for Potosi.
The 25. 23 yards for Zane West. He's got 28 on 3 carries now in the first half, and Potosi closing in on 200 on the ground in the first half. The motion man is Henson. They give to him. He is touched, but he breaks away. He tries to get to the edge, and he does. He'll get about 5 before he's ridden out of bounds. Clock winds, 10 seconds now remaining in the first half. 5-yard gain. Henson somehow got away from the first man and was able to get to the outside. They call it 4. It's 2nd down and 6. Henson, 7 carries, 48 yards. 2nd down and 6, 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Potosi standing at right around the 20-yard line. Pretty much right at the 20 is where they will try to reach the end zone. 5 seconds on the play clock, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and now a flag as they're going to get Potosi jumping. 10th penalty of the first half for Potosi
5-yard penalty.
for 57 yards. They're not going to be happy about that when they go back and watch this film. Coach Wyrick will not have fun with his group in that first half tomorrow when they put that tape on and see all those penalties. 10. Fortunately, a lot of short ones, but even still, 5 yards adds up. 2nd down and 11 now from right around the 26. Coleman gives to Henson. Henson up the right side. A flag comes flying in. Henson got taken down hard and looked like awkwardly. He's okay, but the tackle just kind of seemed strange. Flag is right at the line of scrimmage on the far side, likely to be holding. And now a second flag as the referee tosses his hat into the air. And we'll see. He's kind of signaling toward the sideline. I don't know if someone on Potosi's sideline got a little mouthy, but they're walking him backward and pretty far. Yeah, the one ref is continuing to signal to kind of Coach Wyrick's direction. Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct. Looks like 2 of them. Okay, so holding the first call, that's on the play, and then the unsportsmanlike conduct is after the play. Okay, well, if you do that math and you add it all up, that's now 12 penalties in the first half for Potosi for 82 yards. That is not good. 82 yards and 12 penalties. I mean, it doesn't help when you get 25 all on one play right there at the end of the half, but even still, what a sequence. This has been a strange game, but a lot of fun here in the first half. It's a 2-point ball game. Potosi leads 14-12. Fredricktown's homecoming here tonight. Great crowd on hand, and they're excited for a potential Fredricktown victory. We'll see how the second half shakes out, but Fredricktown's offense came to play tonight, and when that's happened, they've kept themselves in a lot of games this year. Now it hasn't happened all that often, but when the offense plays well, this Black Cats team is tricky. They've got some big players, man. Malachi Kyle is good. Crowd rises to their feet. 5 seconds on the clock. Potosi leads by 2. They'll heave it up. Coleman drops back. Couple of steps. He'll take off. He's going to run, and he's going to be hit, and he'll be taken down. Does get himself a good gain. Flags come flying in. A bit of a late hit. Now more flags, more flags. Oh, my goodness gracious. That is not good. And Coach Ford trying to get his guys off the field. Just a little bit of extracurriculars. Fredricktown fired up. We'll see what this is going to shake out. I see 3 flags down on the far side. As it stood, it's about a 20-yard gain for Andrew Coleman on the ground, as he got all the way down to about the 34-yard line from their own 48. So call it 2, and they're going to decline all the penalties and just get to halftime. So it will be a good run for Andrew Coleman to end the half of right around 20 yards. And that'll do it. First half in the books. 14-12. Potosi is on top by 2 over Fredricktown. Close game. You're going to want to stick around for the second half. We're going to throw it back to the studio at J98. Jacob Vincent will have your halftime look around. Stick around for that here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Hi, this is Brad Smith at Lucas Smith Chrysler Center, your local home of the no bull deal. The word local, you've heard the phrase shop local, buy local, but do you really think exactly what that means? When you shop here at Lucas Smith, you put your trust in the hands of all of my employees who also eat, play, work, live, and shop local. Jefferson County is their home too. Why drive for miles when you can buy what's right here in your backyard? All we ask at Lucas Smith Chrysler is to give us the chance to earn your business. Please shop local, and remember, Lucas Smith Chrysler Center in Festus.
Keyword is grill. Go to mymoinfo.com and enter it for your chance to win $1,000 from Regional Radio and Alpha Media. Once again, the keyword is grill.
Champions are made here. On our courts, on our fields, and in our classrooms. Why settle for ordinary when you could be part of greatness? Mineral Area College. Become a Cardinal today.
What was that noise? What's she out there doing? Flying around on her broom again. Clarissa, what you doing on that new Hustler mower?
Easy, Mower Mouse. I'm taking it for a spin. Mowing the grass. Hello? It may be October, but mowing season isn't over. There's still plenty of grass to cut down, maintain, and...
And here, I thought you were out here flying around on your broom again. Turns out, you're just mowing and blowing out the competition.
That's right, Jason. Everybody deserves the fast-moving flight a Hustler mower provides and the low price we can offer here at Fliggs. That will blow out all the competition.
See us today at Fliggs Equipment in St. Genevieve on Highway 32 and on the Outer Service Road in Leadington, just off Highway 67. Online 24/7 at fliggs.com.
Fliggs Equipment. Let our family serve your family.
The Jefferson County YMCA has adapted to help you stay connected and active. Hi, this is Samantha Robertson. We've enhanced our safety measures, improved our cleaning procedures, and expanded our virtual options to keep you connected at the Y, at home, or on the go. Members enjoy state-of-the-art fitness equipment, free group exercise and aquatics classes, discounts on paid programs including youth sports, swim lessons, childcare, and more. Join online at gwrymca.org/join, call 636-931-9622, or stop by the Y today.
Purchasing a hot tub is one of the best decisions you can make for you and your family. Hi, I'm Megan Osbar, manager of Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. There is nothing more rejuvenating than stepping into your own spa, transcending into luxurious and therapeutic relaxation. If you are considering purchasing a hot tub, I invite you to stop in and see what we can do for you. We are Home Pools and Spas on the Outer Road, just south of Leadington.
Home is where the fun is. Going home, pool and spa.
Champions are made here. On our courts, on our fields, and in our classrooms. Why settle for ordinary when you could be part of greatness? Mineral Area College. Become a Cardinal today.
Are you looking to buy a new home, but are running short on funds? Hi, Paul Hale here with New Era Bank. We offer many different loan programs to help accommodate you. Currently, VA, FHA, and USDA are just some of the loan programs that we offer. Our experienced loan staff is ready and waiting to help you find just the right loan to fit your needs, because no two loans are the same. We have also enhanced our website and added many frequently asked questions about home ownership to our website. Visit today at www.newerabank.com. New Era Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, if you haven't been to Patsy's Furniture in Park Hills lately, then you haven't been to Patsy's Furniture. Man, the selection is as good now as it's ever been. And that's saying something. Seriously, stop by and say hi to Chris and Jamie. The first thing you'll notice is just how nice they are. They won't hard sell you at all. They'll just let you look around and offer you help when you need it. And we're talking about really nice furniture, too, from some of the best-known brand names in the business. Hey, maybe that's why Patsy's Furniture is my only stop when I do my furniture shopping. Patsy's Furniture, right off Highway 67 at the Parkway Drive exit. You'll love to shop at Patsy's.
When life changes, where can you get the health care that you or your loved one needs? Try Presbyterian Manor.
where we consider you family. Being a member of our family means having a skilled, compassionate team, making sure you live your best life. Call 573-756-6768 today and schedule a visit to see why the community voted us the best independent living, best assisted living, and best skilled nursing community in the Parkland area.
Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy wants to remind you that it's time to consider your Medicare Part D sign-ups for the coming year. We are an authorized claim enrollment center, and our claim-certified staff have the training and knowledge to assist you with the information you need to choose the best Medicare Part D plan for your needs. Give any of our stores in Deloge, Farmington, Fredricktown, Ironton, or Piedmont a call to schedule a time to come by and speak with us. Parkland Health Mart wants to be your healthcare partner because we're always caring for you and about you.
When it's all said and done, what really matters? For Serenity Hospice Care patient Jack, hospice isn't about giving up. It's not about the end. It's about right now. It's about spending precious time with the people we love.
Come on, Grandpa!
And the little moments that create lasting memories. It's focusing on what's important to you and remembering life is beautiful in all stages.
At Toyota, today's the day to score a great deal. That means today's the day to take a ride in your thrilling new Camry. Today's the day to scale new heights in your powerful new RAV4 Hybrid. Or maybe today's the day to turn heads in your stylish new Corolla. Today's the perfect day to tackle a new outdoor project in your tough new Tundra. Today might even be the day to go as far as the road will take you with the epic range of your new Highlander Hybrid. Today's the day to save on all your favorites like the Toyota Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, Tundra, and more. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Head into your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Participating dealers only.
See Twin City Toyota, I-55 at the Herculaneum Auto Mall exit, or visit them online at twincitytoyota.com.
Welcome in to the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. Got a lot of good games going on tonight on regional radio, including this one right here on the Sports Stream, 14-12 in favor of Potosi. Let's start off by going through some of the scores from around the area. Over on J98 at the half, Seckman was on top of Central, 21-11. Second half just about to get underway. On AM 800 KREI, first half score of 7-0 in favor of Farmington. That second half is already underway. That one over on AM 800 KREI. On AM 1400 KJEF, this one's still in the first half as they got started at 7:30, 21-0 in favor of St. Vincent right now. And like I said, coming into it on the sports stream right here, make that 14-12 in favor of Potosi. Some scores from around the area: Dexter on top of Perryville, 28-0. Valley Catholic on top of Herculaneum, 20-6. Fox on top of DeSoto, 42-0. Thayer on top of St. Pius, 14-7. Jefferson on top of Chaffee, 36-0. Northwest on top of Afton, 42-0. St. Francis Borgia on top of Hillsborough, 28-0. And Malta Bend on top of Windsor, 26-15. That's some scores from around the area. Let's dive right into the highlights. We'll start off with the one right here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. 14-12 the halftime score. However, Potosi would go on top in the early going thanks to Amandre McCall.
McCall, the up man. They're going to give to him once more. He leaps through the first wave, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Amandre McCall from 10 yards out as he rumbles home for the first score of the ball game.
The Trojans would extend their lead shortly after with McCall's second touchdown.
Three backs, they fake the pitch, they give to McCall, and McCall is into the end zone. He falls forward, and he's dancing. Touchdown, Potosi. Amandre McCall, his second of the contest, as it's now 13-0, Potosi on top.
The Black Cats would get a much-needed score thanks to Malachi Kyle.
Burrow's going to give to Malachi Kyle off the left side. Kyle breaks a few tackles. He's got some room. He's got ahead of Steve. He's up the left sideline, and he's gone. Malachi Kyle. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. 36 yards in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I'm just going to give a shout-out to Brandon for that one. I love that call right there. Fredricktown would grab their second touchdown and get within two just before the half.
Burrows from the shotgun, drops back to throw. Throws it over the middle. It's caught! It's caught! And into the end zone, maybe down at the 1. No, touchdown! Can you believe it? Carter Cheney, the freshman. Over the middle, he caught the slant. The defender fell down, and Cheney waltzed his way into the end zone.
So the halftime score in Fredricktown, Potosi on top 14-12. This is a rematch from September 11th when these two teams met. That one went in favor of Potosi 28-6. So pretty close one right now on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. That one at the half right now. You guys are listening to the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy halftime show. Let's jump on over to the game heard on J98. Halftime score of 21-11. Jaguars, well, I should say in favor of Seckman as the Jaguars, we're going to get through this, I promise. The Jaguars struck first in Park Hills as sophomore quarterback Cole Rubel punched it in to get the scoring started.
Let's see if Seckman can punch it in here as they'll go with a jumbo package direct to Rubel, and he'll just crash his way to the end zone, and that is a touchdown. Jaguars, 6:38 remaining in the first quarter, 6-0, extra point pending.
Central would get the ball back, and they would answer back. They also added on a couple extra with a 2-point conversion.
Schweiss here to the near side left. Deshaun Welch is offset left of Jet Bridges in the shotgun. Hills at the 10-yard line. He'll take the snap. Bridges, quarterback draw all the way, and he's into the end zone. Quick answer for the Central Rebels. 3:45 in the first quarter, 6-7.
Central would get a stop, and then Justin Bridges would tack on 3 more for the Rebels.
An important field goal here. Good stop still if you're Seckman. Snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is through and good. 9:53 to go in the second quarter. 11-7 is your score.
So Central was on top with under 10 minutes to play in the first half, 11-7. Seckman, they would answer back, and they would take the lead, 14-11 with this play.
Here is the snap to Rubel. He'll get it across bounce it to the outside, is still on his feet. He'll get across the 10, and he's into the end zone. Cole Rubel jumbled up at the line of scrimmage, bounces it to the outside. 26-yard touchdown run. Cole Rubel, 3:40 to go in the first half. Seckman on top, regains the lead, 13-11.
So the Jaguars would go up by 3, 14-11, and Cole Rubel, he would do it again, this time from 39 yards out.
Rubel is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, sprint outside right, looking for some running room, cuts it back, stays on his feet, and he's gone again. Across the 10, touchdown. Cole Rubel, 39 yards. Just like that. Blink your eyes, snap your fingers. Cole Rubel has 3 touchdowns on the night. 20-11, 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half.
And that would be the first half score, 21-11. That one over on the J98. Stephen Cadler on the call, along with Michael Goldsmith. Over on AM 800 KREI, a low-scoring affair in a very quick first half. Just took 45 minutes between Farmington and Festus. Farmington on top, 7-0 at the half. And after a scoreless first, Farmington would break the scoreless tie with under 4 to play in the first half.
Farmington just soaking that clock down, and now here's Files. Dives over the left tackle and jumps into the end zone. A 6-yard touchdown run by Caden Files, and the Farmington Knights strike first. 3:52 remaining in the first half. The Knights 6 and the Tigers nothing.
And that would be the halftime score, 7-0. That one already underway in the second half over on AM 800 KREI. On AM 1400 KJEF, starting at 7:30, so a little bit of a late start. However, the St. Vincent Indians did not get a late start against the Grandview Eagles. They're up 21-0 at last check. St. Vincent would strike first thanks to a run by Mason Light.
A man in motion on 1st and 10 as they hand off from the shotgun to Light, and he has room around right tackle. Inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Vincent. Mason Light gets some room around right tackle and goes in untouched. Fireworks go off as the Indian offense shows off its firepower with an opening drive touchdown. And the run that time at 23 yards by Light makes it 6-0 Indians. 9.5 left first quarter.
The Indians would then go up by 2 scores.
Near receiver here, all alone, Robinson. Wippenmeyer dropping back from the gun, looking to throw deep. Fires over the middle. He's got a man wide open. It is caught. Phil Ernst inside the 10, inside the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Vincent. Phil Ernst comes open on the post route, all alone middle of the field, and he walks in untouched, 44 yards for the score. His 3rd TD of the season. Wibbenmeyer's 14th touchdown toss. Just under 6 minutes left first quarter. St. Vincent on top, 13-0.
St. Vincent would strike once more to go up 21-0 at last check. Nathan Gertz on the call of that one over on AM 1400 KJF. That's a check of the highlights from regional radio. Let's get one more check of the scores from around the area as well. Dexter on top of Perryville in the early going, 28-0. Valley Catholic on top of Herculaneum, 20-6. 42-0 in favor of Fox over DeSoto. Thayer on top of St. Pius, 14-7. Jefferson on top of Chaffee, 36-0. Northwest on top of Afton, 42-0. St. Francis Borgia on top of Hillsboro, 28-0. And Malta Bend on top of Windsor, 26-15. Right here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream, 14-12 in favor of Potosi over Fredricktown. On KJF, St. Vincent on top of Grandview, 21-0. On KREI, Farmington on top of Festus, 7-0. And on J98, Seckman on top of Central, 21-11. You've been listening to the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show. We'll take a short break. When we come back, send it back out to Brandon, Pavlina, and, wherever you're listening on regional radio. But right now, it's on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. So keep it tuned in. This has been the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show.
Are you wanting a home with acreage, a hobby farm, or simply looking for a short-term loan? At First State Community Bank, we're offering a new 7-year adjustable rate mortgage program. Check out our 7-1 and 7-3 options. Speak to our lending team at your local FSCB branch or visit info.fscb.com/7ARM today to get started. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Bank NMLS number 412605.
Thank you, Jacob Vinson, back in the J98 studios on the Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy Halftime Show. 14-12 the score. Potosi leading by 2 here at halftime. That is a check of the scoreboard. It's brought to you by CNC Suppliers, janitorial and food service for residential and commercial use, located on Flat River Road in Farmington. Let's take a look at our first half statistics. We'll start with the Potosi Trojans. Andrew Coleman passing was 3 for 6, had an interception and 47 yards. Coleman also added 4 carries for 28 yards. Blake Henson, 7 carries, 48 yards. Zane West, 3 carries, 28 yards. Wade Merciel, 9 carries for 48 yards. Wyatt Knapp, 2 carries for 5 yards. Andre McCall with 5 carries, 32 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Gavin Portell with 11 yards. So the Trojans doing a great job running the ball in the first half. They have 200 yards on the ground. Through the air, Blake Henson has 1 catch for 2 yards. Wade Merciel, 1 catch for 6 yards. And Gavin Portell, the long one, 1 catch for 39 yards. For Fredricktown, Evan Burrows had a great first half, 9 for 13 through the air. He did have an interception, but he also had 94 yards and a touchdown. He completed the touchdown pass to Carter Cheney. Cheney has 2 catches for 62 yards and a score. Malachi Kyle has 6 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown, and also 4 catches for 27 yards. Colby Donahue has 4 catches for 31 yards, and Hunter Hennon 1 catch for 2 yards. That's a look at your first half stats. We'll keep it right here as both teams are taking the field for the start of half number 2. Big story in the first half was the number of penalties that the Potosi Trojans committed. 12 penalties for 82 yards in the first half to just 4 penalties for 25 yards for Fredricktown. We'll see if Potosi can clean that up in the second half, because 12 penalties is not going to be a recipe for a whole lot of success for the rest of the way for the Trojans, who haven't quite looked as sharp as they have in recent weeks. We came into this one telling you they scored 95 points over their previous 2 games coming into tonight. That was 36 points more than they scored over the first 5 weeks combined. 56 against Perryville, 39 against Sykeston, but they're on pace for only 28 tonight after scoring just twice in that first half. And Fredricktown able to hang tough. 2-point ball game, and Fredricktown will kick off. Potosi will receive to start half number 2. For Potosi in the white uniforms tonight, they'll go from left to right in the second half, at least here in the third quarter. Short kick, one of the up men will get it. It's going to be into the hands of Portell. Portell left side, got some room. Portell out past the 40 and right around the 45-yard line. He's going to go down. So Potosi will start in good field position near the 50-yard line after a nice return by Gavin Portell, who is one of the up men, not a deep man, but he still got there to it and was able to get ahead and get north-south for a good pickup. So Potosi back out on offense for the start of half number 2. As I said, they ran the ball well in the first half, 200 yards on the ground, 47 through the air, but a couple of turnovers, a fumble, and also an interception certainly slowed things down for the Trojans. They're going to go and give it to Wade Merciel. Merciel breaks through. Merciel first down and more, not much more, but about 14 yards. As good carry for Wade Merciel on the opening play of the second half, as he just ripped right through an arm tackle, the first man in the hole, and good head of steam, and he was not going to be slowed down. So now it's first down and 10 in Fredricktown territory at the 40. Coleman gives to the deep man, Merciel. Merciel breaks through again. It's another first down. That time, 12 yards. 2 carries, 26 yards for Wade Merciel to start off half number 2. Back-to-back Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate first downs. And now from the 29 going in, Potosi with some momentum. Coleman under center to the deep man, Merciel, and now this time he's hit at the line, and he falls forward for a few yards. He was met in the hole by TJ Bowling, and Merciel with those strong legs able to carry him for a couple of yards. Call it 4. So Merciel, 3 carries now to start off the half, and he's got 30 yards. 10 yards a rip for the deep man, Wade Merciel. He's back there again. Coleman will give to him. Merciel to the middle, and he'll be cut down short of the line to gain about 3 yards. So it'll be a third down and manageable for this Potosi offense. Actually, no, very short gain of only about a yard. So actually make it a third down and closer to 3 or 4. I told you, those referees out there are kind of zigging and zagging on me a little bit tonight. Third down and about 4 from the 24 going in. Under center, Coleman pitches. Merciel, the deep man. He gets hit. He stays on his feet, but he is not going to have enough for the first down. A short gain of only about a yard. Excellent play on the edge by the sophomore Caleb Walker, as he got a piece of him to set the edge and force the contact back inside, and Merciel had no room. So back-to-back short carries, 2 yards, 1 yard, and now it's fourth down and 2. Big play for Fredricktown. They trail by 2. Opening drive of the second half. 4th and 2. Coleman under center. Tries to get the defense to jump. They don't. He'll go back under center. And they're going to fake the pitch, give to the big man, and it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They gave it to Amandre McCall, and it's going to be close. Potosi seems to think they didn't get it. They didn't. A fourth down stop. The Black Cats. How about that? Amandre McCall had been ripping off yardage in the first half, but that time they stuff him, and the Black Cats get it back, trailing by 2. Huge play to start off the second half for Fredricktown, and now they'll go to work. Let's see if this offense can keep up the momentum from that first half. A 90-yard drive to close out the half. Burrows, shotgun, empty backfield. He's going to throw, looking right. He gets hit, rips away from the defender. Now he flips it out. It's caught one-handed on the juggle by his receiver, Colby Donahue. Short gain of about 4. But, hey, better than a loss of yardage. Burrow has been hit in the backfield several times. Oh, boy, I missed the S twice there. Burrows has been hit in the backfield several times, but he has been able to get away. He's been impressive tonight. Closing in on 100 yards through the air is Evan Burrows, that time to Donahue for his 5th catch tonight. Second down and 7. Empty backfield again. Burrows back to throw. He'll go short right side to Malachi Kyle. Makes the first man miss, and Kyle out near the first down line. He is so quick when he gets the ball in his hands. He just scampers, and if you don't have the angle, you're not going to catch him, period. That's the end of it. He has a first down, a 7-yard completion, just enough to move the chains. Another Coldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate first down, and Malachi now with 5 catches and 34 yards, and Burrows goes over the 100-yard mark. 104 now on the ball game through the air. Empty backfield again, 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. Malachi in the slot to the right. Burrows back to throw, looking that way. He's got Kyle, but he's going to have to pull it down, and Burrows is going to get hit and taken down. He had Malachi Kyle on a step, but he didn't get rid of it in time, and that is a huge loss. Over 10 yards. Looks like it's right around that. And it's going to be second down and forever. So that's a tough break because it was looking good to start off the half for Fredricktown. Get the first down. Malachi, a couple of touches, but now, I mean, what do you do here? Second down and 25 after a 15-yard loss on the first down sack. They're going to look to get it back quickly. Empty backfield again. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Burrows back to throw. To the right side he goes to Malachi Kyle. Kyle makes the first man miss, but he's not going to have a whole lot to show for it as he only gets about a yard. And so now third down and forever for the Fredricktown Black Cats. They're running a lot of hitch routes and just kind of hoping that their receivers can make a man miss, and they've, for the most part tonight, been able to do that on the at least first tackler. But on third down and 20 plus, it's asking a lot. We'll see what they decide to do. If I'm Chuck Ford, I flip Malachi Kyle from that right side to the wide side of the field and run him deep. Or I would run a drag to the near side. Burrows back to throw. Kyle running the deep route. Burrows pressure hit, taken down. Not able to get away on back-to-back plays as Potosi with back-to-back sacks. That time, Braden Isgriggs, the first one home. Big play, back-to-back huge sacks, and I mean, you go from 1st and 10 to 4th down and 30. You lose 20 yards on 2 sacks, and now Potosi going to get the ball back in good field position. Back deep to return is Blake Meesey. So Burrows, after escaping danger seemingly all night long in that first half, not the same to start off half 2. A booming punt. Meesey bobbles it. He's able to corral it in, and now he gets up and goes to the 45-yard line in Fredricktown territory. That's where he's taken down. And so that is where Potosi will start their drive. We'll take about a 30-second break and come back in a moment on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Gateway Motors in Fredricktown, Missouri invites you to come on down and let us help you find your next vehicle. Purchasing a car, SUV, or truck can be an overwhelming experience. The Gateway crew will help you find the right vehicle for your personal or family needs. We offer 24-month or less, no-interest loans for qualified buyers. Come on down to 509 Lincoln Drive and let us help you find a reliable vehicle that fits your wallet.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. A timeout called on the field before the first down play, so we will actually go ahead and take it back with them. Another 30-second break back in a moment. Potosi will start at the opponent's 45 with 5.5 to go, and they lead by 2 here in the third.
Goodness of Prairie Farms fresh dairy products into your meal planning. Add Prairie Farms new 5-ounce cottage cheese cups and 7 fun flavors. Now you can snack healthy any time of the day for breakfast, lunch, or for an after-school snack. Choose from 7 new smooth and creamy options, including sweet and savory. Small batch cottage cheese now in 5-ounce snack cups. It's snackability for your family from Prairie Farms. Locally produced since 1938.
Back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream, I'm Brandon Pavlina. Glad to have you alongside here tonight. Potosi taking on Fredricktown and the Trojans with possession and a 2-point lead with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. And now penalty flags fly on the first down play. And that's the 13th penalty against Fredricktown tonight. Another 5-yard penalty, as they have had 10 5-yard penalties tonight. And so they will start 1st and 15. Now back at the 50-yard line, exactly. They're going to go to the deep man, Misi. Misi leaps through the first wave, but is going to only pick up about 2 or 3. Has cemented his feet. He got airborne for a moment, hit the turf, and was taken down. Short gain, 3 yards. Merciel now, his 15th carry, up to 84 yards. 2nd down and 13 from the 47-yard line going in. Near side, they've got Portell out wide, 3 backs in the backfield. Coleman under center. They'll pitch. It's to the near side to Henson. Henson tries to get to the edge, but he'll only get a few. It's going to be about a 3rd and 10 after Henson dragged down right at the initial line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10.
2-yard gain for Henson. He's now got 50 in the ball game on 8 carries. Big play, 3rd down and 10. Fredricktown trying to stay alive here tonight. They trail by 2. And a lot of time left in this game, 4.5 remaining in the 3rd. 3rd and 10, Coleman under center, Portell near side. And they give to Henson up the gut. Henson is going to be down, but a good gain of about 6. And that'll make it a 4th down and about 3. I would imagine Potosi goes for this. They have all night. Henson a little hobbled as he heads off the field. He's getting off quick, but he's got a little gimp in that step, and so I would imagine that he is going to get stretched out, and he immediately runs towards the bench to take off his helmet and do exactly that. They need him back. He's a big-time player for these guys, and a good carry there. 4th down and 3. From the 44, Potosi gives to Merciel, and Merciel falls forward and has the 1st down by about a yard. Needed about 3.5. He got 4. And so Merciel keeps the chains moving. The senior averages 6.5 yards a carry. Here tonight, he's got 88 on 16. So he's over 5 yards a carry tonight. Coleman back to work under center, 3 backs behind him. He'll fake to all 3 and look to go deep. Portell got it at the 5. He shakes a man and he's into the end zone. Gavin Portell, his 3rd receiving touchdown on the season. That time from 35 yards out. And the Potosi Trojans back into the end zone. And now leading by 8, 20-12, extra point pending. What a play. 35 yards out. And the Potosi Trojans back into the end zone. They've taken a couple of shots. Portell is the man that they usually look to for those shots. And he got it. He ripped it away. There were 2 defenders in the vicinity. Donahue was there, as was another man. Potosi going for 2. They fake the kick, rolling out, and they're going to pitch to Henson. And Henson gets blasted. Malachi Kyle came flying in. He was having none of that. And I don't know about that. Blake Henson is an excellent kicker for this Potosi team. You go up by 2 scores if you kick the extra point there. Instead, it remains an 8-point game. 20-12, Potosi by 8. We'll take a 30-second break and be back on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Add the taste of fresh produce to your table when you shop Richard's Produce in Festus. All the season's freshest fruits and vegetables like Missouri-grown watermelon and apples, home-grown Amish tomatoes, and home-grown veggies. Stop in and pick up fresh-cut produce and coming soon items for your fall decorations, from pumpkins, gourds, corn stalks, and straw to mums in a variety of colors and sizes. For farm fresh produce any time of year, stop by Richard's Produce just off Veterans Highway on North Creek Drive in Festus. Look for their Red Barn building, open 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily.
So a 30-plus yard strike from Andrew Coleman into the hands of Gavin Portell, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. And Potosi back out in front by 8. It remains a 1-score game, though, at just 8. And Fredricktown will, onside kick. And Fredricktown has it. Phew, close one. That's another onside kick for Potosi. Every time they've kicked off tonight, they have tried an onside kick. They got one of them, the first one. They haven't gotten one since. And now Fredricktown in good shape. They'll start from Potosi's 48-yard line. So in plus territory, the Black Cats go back to work. Burrows with Malachi in the backfield. That's where he'll go. He hands to Malachi Kyle, and Kyle will have a short gain on first down of about 2.
Malachi Kyle on the carry gain.
Kept him in check for the most part so far tonight on just 7 carries, 55 yards. But obviously he got loose for the 36-yard scamper, and that's what Fredricktown hopes he can do in the second half as well. If you give him a little bit of room, he'll be gone, period. He is that kind of speed in the open field. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Burrows in the backfield with Kyle. In the pistol, Kyle behind. Burrows hands to him. And a good swarm by the Potosi defense. Kyle somehow able to wiggle through for a positive gain of about 4 or 5. And I don't know how he even got through for that, but somehow he did. And so it's going to be a third down and about 4 to go from right around the 44-yard line. They need to get to the 40 for the first. The yard marker is back. It's not exactly correct, but it is about a 4-yard to go for the first. Burrows, pistol formation. Malachi in the backfield. Burrows pumps, has to run. He's going to take off. He's going to be close to the line to gain, and he gets a push from a Potosi defender who came in from the backside and hit him forward. I believe it was Isgriggs, and that may have pushed him and given him enough for the first down. It's going to be awfully close. The ball is just past the 40-yard line. It looks to be enough, but they're going to call for a measurement as they want to talk this one over. So Evan Burrows on about a 5-yard run is right at that line to gain, and they're going to bring out the chains for a measurement. That'll give us a chance to thank a few sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible. As we want to thank Applebee's in Farmington, CNC Suppliers in the Flat River Loop in Farmington, Coldwell Banker Halsey in Farmington, Coles Tractor and Equipment in Farmington, Comtree in Festus, the Cozine Memorial Chapel in Farmington, Fleegs Equipment in St. Genevieve and Leadington, and Gateway Region YMCA in St. Louis. About a yard short as the referee comes out and holds up his hands to indicate how far they have to go. 2020, and we're still doing that even at the professional level. So 4th down and a yard. And it looks like they're sending out the punting unit, but this may be a fake. We'll see what they do here. Punting unit is on for Fredricktown, but it's a fake! And they got it! They got plenty. It was to the up man, Levi Pirtle. And Pirtle picks up about 3 or 4, and it's enough for the first. Boy, I'm shocked that Potosi did not see that coming. Seemed pretty obvious that from that spot on the field and only a yard to go that, well, the Black Cats are going to roll the dice. They did. Minute 5 remaining in the third. Potosi leads by 8. Burrows from the pistol, 1st and 10. Drops back to throw, immediate pressure. Now he's going to run. He's got a little room. He's got a man, but he's going to run, and he's going to stiff arm a defender to the ground as Burrows has a good gain. Oh, no. Oh, no. Player is down, and it's a non-contact injury. As on the play, Carter Cheney, the freshman, was streaking up the near sideline as he saw that he had an opening up the field after Burrows started scrambling. I didn't see it, but Cheney is down and in some serious pain grabbing at that leg. Hopefully it's just a cramp. And it looks like they're stretching him out. So, yeah, hopefully that's all that is. It's a cool night here tonight, and Cheney's been great. 2 catches for him and 62 yards and a touchdown for the freshman. So he's getting stretched out on the near sideline, and they're taking a break on the field because he is still in the field of play. He's going to get up to his feet, and we'll see. He's still a little soft to not put a whole lot of pressure on that. We'll see if he can get back in there. He's made some big plays tonight. We'll take a timeout, 30 seconds, be back in a moment on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Cozine Memorial Chapel has been serving Farmington and the surrounding communities since 1864. Their commitment of service to the community is deeply rooted in Missouri history and is the foundation for everything they do today. John Cozine is proud to be the fourth generation to operate Cozine Memorial Chapel and is proud to support Farmington High School. Cozine Memorial Chapel, serving families for generations at 217 West Columbia Street in Farmington.
Back on the MIMO Info Sports Stream, I'm Brandon Pavlina. As the third quarter still going here, 40 seconds, and Fredricktown, after a handoff to Malachi Kyle for a very short gain, only about a yard, and Malachi has been held in check here in the third. It sets up a third down and about 7. And let's see, are they going to try to get another playoff? They will likely have to. 20 seconds on the play clock, 23 seconds on the game clock. Third down and 8. Malachi, a short gain on second down, coming out of the injury. Cheney still getting stretched out on the sideline. So Burrows from the pistol, Kyle behind him. They fake the give. Burrows to throw over the middle. It's caught! Oh my goodness gracious, what a catch! Hunter Hennon skied for the football. First down. Oh man, these guys are making plays tonight. Call it 9 yards, and Burrows with the connection yet again. And that time it's Hennon with the big play. And now the whistles sound, and the fourth quarter is coming your way. It's an 8-point ball game. We got a burner here tonight. This is a fun one. Stick around here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. Potosi by 8, 20-12. Fourth quarter next.
Mario's Italia serves the best Italian food in the area. Pizza, pastas, calzones, strombolis, salads, and sub sandwiches, all with huge, large portions and the freshest ingredients. You gotta try the Meat Lovers Pizza. That is my favorite. Get Mario's full menu online at mariositalia.com. You'll be satisfied with all the choices Mario's has to offer. Dine in, call it in, or have it delivered. Mario's will even cater your next special event. Open 7 days a week. Mario's Italia, located in the factory at the corner of 1st and A Streets in downtown Farmington.
Welcome back here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream as we get set for the fourth quarter of action. Potosi and Fredricktown here tonight on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. These two teams played once already this year. This one already much closer. Potosi won the first matchup back on September 11th, 28-6. Here tonight, it's an 8-point ball game as we start the fourth quarter. 20-14, 20-12 rather. Fredricktown trails. Potosi leads by 8, 20-12. Fredricktown has the football though, and a first down and 10, and they're driving inside of Potosi territory, just outside the 25-yard line. This is a big drive. Got to, of course, get back down there and not only get the touchdown, but also get the 2-point conversion to tie it up. Burrows from the pistol. Malachi Kyle in the backfield. They give to him. A little shake and bake, and Kyle splits a few defenders and is going to fall forward for a good gain on first down of right around 5 or 6. Good pickup on first down. And a little extracurriculars. Evan Burrows trying to wave his teammates back to the huddle. They don't want any penalties to move them back at this stage of the contest, especially now when you have a good drive going. 5 yards for Malachi on carry number 11 as he now moves to 70 in the ball game. Second down and 5 from just outside the 20-yard line. Nearing the red zone are the Black Cats. They'll send 2 receivers to the left with a tight end. Are they short a man? They got 2 tight ends to the left side. They'll throw that way. It's a screen pass, but not a whole lot will be there as the receiver was Levi Pirtle, and he kind of tripped up over his own feet as he was trying to turn the corner. So he's taken down, and it'll be only a gain of about a yard, if even that. It might not even be a yard. So third down and 5. Still just outside the 20, right around the 21. 2 receivers right, along with a pair of wingbacks on the right side as well. Malachi in the backfield. Burrows back to throw. He's going to go over the top. Ball is going to be caught. Oh my goodness, the rainbow pass. It touched the sky and it came down and it was right into the hands of Colby Donahue. The junior makes the incredible catch from right around the 21. A 21-yard pass and the touchdown. And we're a 2-point conversion away from a tie ball game with 10.5 remaining in the fourth. 20-18 the score. A 21-yard strike through the air to Colby Donahue. We got a ball game and a half. Donahue with 55 yards now through the air. And now a timeout going to be called by Fredricktown as they were backed up and the play clock was winding down, and you don't want to move back 5 yards when you're trying to tie the ball game up here in the fourth. So they will reset, rethink things, and figure out what they want to do for this 2-point try. They get it, they tie it with 10.5 to go in the fourth. That pass was insane. It may have scraped the clouds. It was so high. It may have even gotten up near the height of the lights as Burrows just lofted it to the back corner of the field of play right in front of the pylon, and spinning around, Donahue somehow had just enough room to make the catch over the defender. I believe it was Pinson in coverage on the near side. If not him, then it was Carson Saunders. So, first down and goal from the 5. Well, it's a 2-point try. Burrows back to throw. Pumps, hit, and he throws it backwards. It's a lateral. Malachi Kyle has it. Malachi breaking tackles, and now he's going to go down. Oh, boy. Tough break for Fredricktown. They had an opportunity, but it's all for naught as Burrows, when he's had time in the pocket tonight, he's made some good throws, but when he's been pressured, it's made life awfully difficult for him back there in the backfield, and as such was the case there. He was pressured. He actually made a smart play to go ahead and pitch it backwards to a teammate and keep the play alive. Malachi Kyle made a few guys miss, but, well, the whole defense was swarming to him, and not a whole lot of real estate to work with once they were wise to it. So it remains a 2-point game, but Fredricktown is fighting tooth and nail to get a victory here on their homecoming. And what a performance by Evan Burrows. I mean, let's see. He has completed, by my count, 11 straight passes. Actually, I think he had at least the 1 incompletion in there. But even still, I mean, he has been phenomenal. 136 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. Again, by my count, I have him at 15 of 19. He's been great. He definitely has at least an incompletion in there. They certainly ran a screen pass coming out of halftime where I know he threw an incomplete. But even still, we'll call it 15 of 20 for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns for Evan Burrows. He's also got a couple of carries for 12 yards. So Fredricktown chasing 2. Chuck Ford has to be thrilled with his team's effort here tonight, as he kept saying that the heart of the team was really an issue, that they're down in numbers, that here with COVID, that it's just been tough trying to field a healthy and fully capable team. And even when they have things go wrong, sometimes it kind of stops all their momentum. Well, here tonight, even when they've made mistakes, they have kept their nose to the grindstone, and they're chasing just 2 points here in the fourth quarter. And Potosi, after the kick, will get possession back at right around their 40-yard line. Another short kick. Both teams content to continue to just try to do a little short pooch. So for Fredricktown, coming into this game, talked about the need for some stops on defense. They've gotten them tonight. They have gotten this Potosi team off the field on 4th down more than once. And that's a big part of why Fredricktown is in this ballgame. They'll go to the up man. Is Griggs!
Griggs being chased by Malachi inside the 20, inside the 10. He's dragged down, and Malachi Kyle has the football. Not sure what happened, not sure what the call is. Griggs ripped off a huge carry as he went from right around the 40 to inside the 10, maybe just outside the 10. And they're going to say that he was down, much to the chagrin of all the Fredricktown fans in attendance. So call it a 48-yard gain. And at the 12-yard line, that's where Potosi will set up. Griggs, first carry, huge carry, and he's into the end zone. And now on the near side, they give to Griggs again on first down and 12 from the 12-yard line. And Griggs is able to get to the corner and get into the end zone. Touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown run for Braden Griggs. So he rips off 2 huge carries and goes 60 yards in 2 plays. 48 yards and then a 12-yard touchdown run. Griggs back tonight for the first time in a long time for this Potosi offense and making his presence felt. Came in with just 9 carries for 33 yards after missing a handful of games, but right there, he's able to get into the end zone and get 60 yards in 2 plays, and Potosi back out in front. They kick the extra point, so they go up by 9, and so it's now a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with more. Stick around on the MyMo Info Sports stream.
I'm sitting here at Pizza 101 South in Bonne Terre with owner Dustin. And Dustin, I got to tell you, I am absolutely impressed with just about everything here.
Thanks, Mark. We're pretty excited about the work we've done here.
I tell you what, the pizza is awesome. The wings are amazing. And don't get me started on all the pastas, the salads, and the other appetizers.
We're pretty proud of our food and our selection that we have here. People can come in, they can dine in, they can carry out, and they can pick up from our window.
Well, you've got me sold. Pizza 101 South in Bonne Terre. It's the place to be for great family food and fun.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports stream. The play on the drive that will certainly be talked about will be that Braden Griggs' 48-yard run that got down to the 12-yard line, and Malachi Kyle seemingly ripped the ball away from Griggs on the tackle. First of all, let's just say this. If Malachi Kyle isn't on the field, he's not getting caught. Braden Griggs is gone for a 60-yard touchdown run. You're not going to outrun Malachi Kyle. So he caught him, and it looked like he got the ball before Griggs went down. Now, it's pretty far away from our vantage point here, and it all happened very quickly. But on the field, they said Griggs was down, and that's all that matters. And it looks like there was a penalty after the play as well, because Potosi's going to kick off from the Fredricktown 45. And they're just going to kick it deep this time. And it's going to roll and die right at the 1. Fredricktown going to need a return, and they're not going to get a good one. Boy, you talk about an absolutely perfect kick that time. Blake Henson put it down right at the 1-yard line, and it died right there. So not even as if it could have rolled into the end zone and started them with better field position. They will start at their own 10. They have a 90-yard drive on the game. But here at this point in the contest, you certainly don't want to have to be going the length of the field with only 9:45 remaining. So Fredricktown will go back to work. They trail by 2 scores now. It's a 9-point game as Potosi leads 27-18. Some big plays tonight. Braden Griggs erupts for 2 plays, 60 yards and a touchdown, and he's back into it. And they're going to throw to the near side to Malachi Kyle, and it's in and out of his hands. So a bizarre sequence, but Griggs had an easy 12-yard touchdown run to the near side as he got the handoff and just scampered his way to the pylon. I think Fredricktown's defense on the play was still kind of caught in between trying to argue that Malachi got the football. So it's 2nd down and 10 from their own 10. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Burrows in the pistol.
He's back to throw. Pump fake to the left side. Now he's going over the top. And it's off the hands of his intended receiver, Hunter Hennon, who was spinning around on the far side as he tried to contort his body to get an angle on the football. And he could not. And it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 now. And this is really a breaking point for the ball game for both teams. Potosi now leading by 2 scores. They lead by 9 here in the 4th quarter. And Potosi, as I said, they had a 90-yard drive to end the first half. But now with a 3rd down and 10, things are going to get a little tricky here for Fredricktown. They've been getting them in chunks here tonight, so we'll see. Burrows from the shotgun, empty backfield. And they're going to run Malachi on a wheel, and Burrows is just going to heave it up that direction, but it's going to wind up out of bounds as he was pressured immediately. Griggs in the backfield. A couple other white jerseys and Trojans there as well. One of them was Caleb Land, who is actually starting at guard tonight for Lonnie Clapp. And so a 4th and 10 now, and that's going to set up a punt. And so Fredricktown really up against it now with 9.5 remaining in the game, trailing by 9. They're going to need a really quick stop. Back deep to return. You got Henson on one side, and it looks like it's West on the other. It's going to go to Henson's way, and it skips right past him. He's going to pick it up back at his own 30-yard line, and he's got some blockers ahead. Oh, and a late hit. Oh, way back there, and it's going to come back. Looks like more flags down as getting a little chippy here late. Yeah, you can hear the fans none too pleased. Some egregious shots there on that one. Looked like someone got Malachi Kyle coming back when he wasn't looking. He's okay, fortunately, but this one is going to be coming back. The flag is at right around the 44-yard line. If that's a 15-yard penalty on the legal block, that'll move him way back. And, well, frankly, Fredricktown could use that right about now. They could use a field flipper because they need a quick stop and to get within striking range fast. Yeah, they are going to call 2 penalties on Potosi. A crackback block and I think a block in the back as well. So 2 penalties are going to go on Potosi, and 2 big ones as they're going to move way back. And the Potosi coach is not too pleased about that. But it doesn't matter. I mean, a lot of ball games still left. And you don't want it to come down to who's going to play the chippier game here down the stretch. You just want to play it tight, play it clean. So we'll see how these two can finish off. Malachi Kyle has been great tonight on both sides of the ball. He's not the biggest guy out there, but man, he is just playing at 110 miles an hour tonight. 3 backs in the backfield for Coleman on 1st and 10. They're going to go to the up man and a short gain. Believe it was Knapp. As a short carry on 1st down, indeed it is Knapp. And so that'll make it 2nd down and about 8. Actually closer to 7 or 6. So Knapp gets about 4. 2nd down and 6. From their own 35. 1 receiver to the right. Coleman fakes the up man, gives the deep man. It's Merciel, and he collides with Malachi Kyle after a 1st down gain. Picks up 10 yards on that one as Wade Merciel now at 98 in the game. And making a case for player of the game. Going to be tough to pick a top performer tonight. A lot of guys have had some excellent showings on both sides. It's going to come down to who wins this contest. Coleman under center. Fakes to both receivers, and he's going to throw it up deep to Portell, and Portell makes the over-the-shoulder catch. From the 45 down to the 20, 35 yards through the air to Portell. And Gavin Portell, 3 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown now. He's a little slow to get up, but that was a crazy catch. Over the shoulder, he had a defender right on top of him. They do call a penalty on, I believe, pass interference, but it was a catch anyway. Whale of a play. As Gavin Portell came into this one, 8 catches on the year, 152 yards, but he goes for 3 and 109 in this one. So Potosi will go back to work from right around the 20, and they'll go to the big man, McCall. McCall is chopped down right at the line as the Black Cats have figured that one out after getting gassed by it early. McCall now with 3 straight carries of just 1 yard after going for 5, 11, 10, and 5 on his first 4. Coleman under center, 2nd down and 9, going in at the 20. He's going to give to the deep man, Merciel. Merciel has some blockers. Merciel running over defenders, and inside the 10-yard line, he's taken down. It's going to be right around the 5. And Merciel, another good carry. That one for about 14 or 15. And he's over 100, 112 now, and knocking at the door, trying to get into the end zone. Coleman under center, 3 backs in the backfield. They're going to give to the deep man, Merciel. He puts his head down. He slips the first defender, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, Wade Merciel from 5 yards out punches it into the end zone, and on his 19th carry, he gets to pay dirt. He's now got 117 yards in the game and a touchdown. And Potosi back out in front by 15, 33-18. 7.5 remaining here in the 4th. Henson on to attempt the PAT. You got to give the Black Cats a ton of credit here tonight. They played their absolute hearts out, and there's still some time left in this game. It will be a 2-score game as the extra point is up and good. 16 points is the margin. We'll see if the Black Cats have a little magic. We'll take a timeout and come back and finish this one up on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Gilster Mary Lee is now looking for owner-operators with their own authority and insurance to pull Gilster trailers round trip from their plants in southeast Missouri to thousands of locations across America. Weekly dependable settlements with a fuel card for significant discounts at the pump. Toll and scale devices are also available if needed. Everything is dry freight on 53-foot vans. Paid downtime and no-touch freight. You will support a private fleet for strictly round-trip lanes. Call Mike Welker at 800-851-5371, extension 3246. So
it's going to be hard to argue that Wade Merciel does not get to take home Player of the Game honors tonight. Gavin Portell made a case as well. We may have to give out 2, but Wade Merciel, 19 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown. And he had some big ones on that drive. 10 yards, 14 yards, and then finally the 5-yard plunge. All set up by the big strike, 35 yards through the air to Gavin Portell. Portell now with 3 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown, as Potosi's offense has started to figure it out here down the stretch. But as I said before the break, you got to give a ton of credit to Fredricktown. They have played a great football game tonight. Potosi has just been a little bit better. And now the pooch kick, and it's on the turf, and Potosi has it. At least that is the indication on the field right now, and yes, that is the result. An onside kick. Potosi has it. They shot it high into the air, and the man underneath it, it looked like it was Lakota Cowling. Not used to trying to get the ball in his hands, although it may have been Jake Williams. Not sure. A lot of tight numbers out there on that play. It was one of the up men, one of the big guys. Little pooch kick right into his hands. Couldn't hold on. And so Potosi, after the score, they keep possession. They lead by 16. They're set up at the 40-yard line going in, and they're going to give to Merciel. Merciel through the first wave. Merciel making men miss, and he's down at the 25. 15 yards. Wade Merciel keeps ripping them off. 132 now. Potosi trying to put it away. Griggs back in the game. He had the 12-yard run earlier that extended the lead after it was close, a 2-point game until Griggs got in. Fredricktown has been trying to hang around, but Potosi has executed some big plays when they needed him. They go to Griggs. He'll spin through the first wave and get taken down after a short pickup. Only about 3 yards there for Griggs. So on his third carry, he gets to 63 yards after ripping off 60 on 2 carries. So Coleman with a receiver out to the near side. It's Portell. Good to see him back in there. 2nd down and 8, and they'll give to Griggs. Griggs, once again, is met at the line and will have maybe a yard, and that's it. 2 carries, 4 yards, much different than last drive. 2 carries and 60 yards for Griggs. So it's 3rd down and 7. Going in at right around the 20-yard line. Potosi trying to put this one to bed. Both backs in the backfield looking around, conversating with one another. McCall back there, Griggs as well, and the deep man is Henson. Ball is bobbled on the snap. Coleman recovers, and he's off to the races on the near side. He's going to meet Malachi Kyle, and a little shove there on the sidelines. Coleman stays on his feet, fortunately. Otherwise, Malachi may have gotten a penalty on that one. A short gain there of about 3 yards for Coleman, and it'll set up a 4th down and about 3 to go.
It'll be 4th and 3.
From inside the 20 now at about the 18, Potosi on a 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive and keep melting some clock away. 5.5 to go here in the 4th, and now Potosi takes a timeout. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Make it a great family night at Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington. Hi, my name is Amy Cousins, General Manager of your local store. Maybe start out with a couple of appetizers: boneless wings, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, spinach artichoke dip, chicken quesadilla. There's so much to choose from. Let the kids pick from the kids menu, then for yourself, choose one of our favorites. Steaks, ribs, seafood, pasta, we have it all. Go to Applebee's.com for the full menu and look for our happy hour prices. Doing good in the neighborhood, Applebee's Bar and Grill in Farmington.
Welcome back here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. I'm Brandon Pavlina. As Potosi trying to put this one away, they have possession, 5.5 remaining in the ball game. They lead by 16. 4th down and 3 going in on the 18-yard line. Potosi has onside kicked every single time here tonight, and they've recovered a few, and that has really changed the complexion of this game at times. 4th and 3, here it is. Coleman is going to keep on a rollout. He's looking to throw, but he's going to keep, and he'll be close to the marker, but he looks short from here. Tough angle. We'll see what the call is.
Tackle by Levi Pirtle.
And they'll say he's short, so they get off the field on 4th down as Coleman only gets 2 of the 3 yards that he needed.
Blackcats will take over first.
Coleman now at 33 yards with 6 carries tonight, but not enough on that one, and so possession will go back over to Fredricktown with just a shade under 5.5 to go. They trail by 2 touchdowns, 16 points in total, so they'll need to convert a 2-point try for the first time tonight. They have scored 3 touchdowns, but they have not converted a single one of their 2-point tries to this point tonight. Had a chance to tie it last time when they went for 2. Burrows is back to throw, but he is in the grasp, and he is yanked to the ground. Penalty flag comes in. They may have something there on Potosi. That was a great play, though. The man up front was Bryce Reed, who got to the quarterback first and kind of slung him down awkwardly. And a face mask is the call, maybe on the tackle. So a 15-yard penalty, and that's another big penalty on Potosi. I'm going to ask Coach Wyrick about that after the game, because all those penalties tonight here in Week 8, not exactly something you want to see at this stage of the season. So Fredricktown has it about 1st and 11, as maybe it was offsetting penalties because Fredricktown didn't gain any yardage from that. They actually lost a yard. So it's 1st and 11 from their own 12-yard line. Burrows in the shotgun, back to throw, and he's going to heave. Oh, it's a deep ball. He's got a man. It's caught. Oh, my goodness gracious. A 38-yard catch out to the 50-yard line. Hunter Hennon. Oh, my gosh. These guys are making plays. 38 yards through the air. And an extra add-on after the helmet-to-helmet contact. Wow. Getting them in chunks. That helps. 4:51 remaining in the game. And Fredricktown will now be set up at the Potosi 34. They got to go quick with such little time remaining. 4.5. Burrows will drop back to throw. He'll heave, and it's going to be caught. A nice catch by Donahue. 9 yards. As Burrows now up to 183 through the air. Donahue now has 49. Actually, no, he's got 64. 64 on 7 catches. Nice showing for him tonight. 2 receivers to either side. Malachi Kyle in the backfield. 4:10 remaining. Burrows will drop back to throw and will look to the left side, and it's picked right into the hands of the defender. And he's got daylight. Can he go all the way on the right side? Malachi Kyle is going to bring him down. Otherwise, Levi Courtney was going to go all the way to the end zone. Regardless, Levi Courtney is going to write a finish to this one. Fredricktown, the huge play to get down into Potosi territory. Burrows had that one slip out of his hand, and it landed right into the lap of Levi Courtney. He took off. He got all the way down to the 30-yard line of Fredricktown. So a massive, massive return, and then a sideline warning at the end. But either way, another turnover for Fredricktown, and Potosi, with 4 minutes to go, can just run the ball and bleed the clock down. Tell you what, Evan Burrows has played a great game, but that's just not one of his better throws. But there is nothing to hang your head about for this Fredricktown team and what they did here tonight. They played a great ball game all 4 quarters. They did not quit. Give us to the deep man, Merciel. He is hitting the backfield, and he's still going. It took a host of defenders to bring him down. First one to get there was Jake Williams, the junior. And he brought him to the ground, a gain of only 1. As that time they were able to keep Merciel in check. He does have 133 yards tonight, though, and is likely going to take home player of the game, at least one of them. They give to McCall. McCall goes airborne and only gets a yard or 2. That's a big man getting some air. And it takes like 2 guys to help him up off the ground. He is an unbelievable athlete for as big as he is. He's a lineman wearing number 69, playing fullback, and can run. So a short gain for McCall. 4 straight carries for him of just 1 yard. Actually, that one got about 2. So it's 3rd down and 8. Clock continues to wind. Coleman under center, and he'll give to the deep man, Merciel. Merciel hitting the backfield, gets away, and then makes another man miss on the right side and is going to be near the line to gain. Picked up about 5 and was dragged down. Closing in on 140 yards is Wade Merciel. It'll be 4th down and about 3 to go. 2.5 remaining in the ball game. Fredricktown has given the Trojans everything they can handle tonight, but Potosi has capitalized on some key moments, particularly some key onside kicks. 4th down, they give to Merciel, the deep man, and he is going to get the push, and it looks like it's going to be enough for the 1st down. Although it's a tough angle from over here, it's going to be awfully close, and Potosi's walking off the field, so they did not get it. 4th down stop. Short gain for Merciel, and he gets to 140, but the ball will go back to Fredricktown. 2:10 remaining in the contest. They trail by 16. Evan Burrows will head back out to the huddle on what may be his final game playing here at Fredricktown. They will be on the road next week at East Prairie, and it remains to be seen where they will play come district time. But Burrows trying to lead a late drive. 2 minutes to do it, and the first pass is incomplete.
Pass incomplete, be 2nd and 10.
And so after the great streak of completions, I have jinxed Evan Burrows down the stretch as he has missed 4 out of his last 6 throws now. Clock sitting at 2:06, and Potosi leading by 16. Had a great finish over on AM 800 KREI. The Farmington Knights beating the Festus Tigers 10-7 on a last-second field goal. Burrows back to throw. He's hit in the backfield, and he's going to go down. The sack by Isgriggs. And now a flag as these guys continuing after the play to get a little chippy. I didn't see anything physical there, but it is going to be on Potosi. They're going to call on sportsmanlike conduct.
Sportsmanlike conduct against Potosi.
And unfortunately, Isgriggs actually showed some sportsmanship on that play. He tackled Burrow and helped him up. Isgriggs straight up picked him up with 2 hands and helped him off the turf. But obviously somebody must have said something. That's usually where that flag comes from when you don't see it. It's usually something verbal. So either way, Potosi backed up, and now Fredricktown likely going to take a couple of shots deep. Malachi Kyle in the backfield, 2 receivers to either side. Burrows in the pistol. 1st and 10 from their own 35. He'll throw to the near side, and it's caught. Making a move is Donahue, and he's out for a 1st down and more for about 12 or 13 yards. So that's a good completion. Wasn't the most beautiful ball in the world, but it was caught, and Donahue turned upfield for a good gain. He's got 76 now tonight on 8 catches. So he's had himself a nice game. This whole Fredricktown team has. They're going to lose tonight, but they've played really good. Burrows from the shotgun, 2 receivers, and it's picked off right into the hands of the defender as once again Levi Courtney, 2nd pick of the game, 3rd on the season. The junior linebacker takes it away again, and that'll do it. As with 1:24 on the clock and a 16-point lead, Potosi will get out of here with a win. And their 2nd of the season against the Fredricktown Blackcats. So it's unfortunate for Burrows because he finishes with 3 interceptions, but he was excellent tonight. 195 yards through the air. He was forced late to try to take some shots. And in doing so, he gave the ball to the Trojans several times. Potosi's played well here tonight. They took advantage of some opportunities. Onside kicks really did not allow Fredricktown to get some momentum tonight. Coleman's going to run it. Coleman's got the 1st down on the right side as he somehow slipped through. Ran out of bounds. Maybe want to try to slide and stay inbounds. Coleman padding the stats a little bit there with a 12-yard run.
Andrew Coleman on the
Actually, he's out of bounds short. Tough to see. I was on the far sideline. They call it a gain of 8, and then he's out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 as Potosi will look to put a bookend on this one. Some lopsided games around the area tonight. Jefferson beat Chaffee 50-6. Seckman beat Central 35-33. How about that? Flag down in the backfield as they give to West. West, he turns around and gets to the right side and gets up the sideline, and then he gets hit late. Oh, boy, they got to get this to tighten up and settle down because they're getting a little chippy here with only 60 seconds remaining on the game clock. You don't need that. So somehow West got away in the backfield after what was likely a holding call. Got away, turned the corner, 360 in the backfield, reversed field, got upfield, had a good gain, and then was hit out of bounds late.
Holding against Potosi, personal foul against Fredricktown.
And it's offsetting penalties, holding and a late hit. The holding on Potosi, the late hit on Fredricktown, so I would imagine they will go back and replay the down. But like I said, it's getting chippy here late, and this one is decided, and you need to tell your players to play within themselves. As Malachi Kyle will come off the field, he is deserving of an ovation from this crowd because he has been an excellent player for this team over the past few years when he's been out on the field. Showed off here tonight, had himself a couple of big plays. And a guy that is a lot of fun to watch play the game of football. So Potosi is going to get out of here with a win. It just matters how soon we get to that final with 66 seconds remaining on the clock. Fredricktown has, I believe, just one timeout remaining. I don't anticipate them using it. Again, getting chippy late. Potosi up by 16. Second down and 4 as Coleman, with a man in motion, is going to throw. And a holding call. He's got a man wide open, and it's out of the hands of West, who had a walk-in touchdown if he caught it, but it's a holding call in the backfield anyway. And I'll tell you what, you know, you run the ball here, right? I mean, you're up by 2 scores. There's 60 seconds left. You run the ball. And they just threw a bomb. These two are conference foes, MAFC White Division opponents. And, of course, the second time that these teams are playing here this season. And they've reached a boiling point here in the fourth quarter. The holding penalty moves it back. Second down and 12. As Potosi and Andrew Coleman come up under center. 60 seconds on the clock, and now Coleman will drop to a knee. And that's the right move. Clock will wind, and this one will go into the books as a final. 34-18 is what it's going to finish up as. Potosi is going to come in and come away with a victory. Clock will wind, 40 seconds now. Really all that's left to do is pick a player of the game. I thought early Amandre McCall was going to run away with it, as he had 4 carries on the first 3 drives, and had 2 touchdowns. But he was held in check the rest of the way, as after those 2 scores, he only had 4 carries and 5 yards the rest of the way. And the horn sounds, and that's the final, as that'll do it. 34-18 is your final score. The Potosi Trojans get the win. They improve to 5-3. And Fredricktown 1-5. Dylan Wyrick, head coach of Potosi, will be above 500 in his first season at the helm of the Potosi program. We'll take a break and come back and wrap this one up on the End Zone Show. Stick around here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Cleaning chemicals, disinfectants, and paper products are just a few of the items available from CNC Suppliers in Farmington. I'm Cheryl Sneed, owner of CNC Suppliers, a janitorial and food service supplier for commercial and residential use. We carry cleaning products, disposable food containers, gloves, sanitizers, disinfectants, face masks, shields, paper products, and so much more. Find CNC Suppliers on Facebook or stop by our location on Flat River Road in Farmington.
Hi, it's Anna. At Cole's Tractor and Equipment, customers fell in love with the special LS 35 horsepower package deal, so we thought we should fall too. Those fall and winter jobs will be effortless with this special package deal. Get the LS 35 horsepower shuttle shift, 4-wheel drive diesel tractor with the front loader, the 5-foot brush hog, and 5-foot box blade, plus the 18-foot deluxe flatbed car hauler trailer for only $21,650. Oh, but wait, you also get the free, that's right, you'll get the free 2700 PSI pressure washer and 2 ratchet tie downs, and of course, the best 6-year parts and labor warranty from LS, the major brand maker that you already know and love. So let me recap. Get a head start on fall and winter jobs with this tractor, loader, brush hog, box blade, and flatbed trailer, all for only $21,650, plus the free pressure washer and 2 ratchet tie downs. Financing available on site. Just give us a call at 573-756-4353 and see us on Facebook at Coles Tractor and Equipment. Don't just follow the herd, lead the herd with LS Tractors and Coles Tractor and Equipment. Highway 32 just outside of Farmington.
Welcome back here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream as we wrap this one up here on the Home Pools and Spas End Zone Show. Some great performances here tonight, and the Potosi Trojans come away with a win. 34-18 is the final score. They defeat Fredricktown at Fredricktown here on the Black Cats homecoming, and they're in and out of their conversation quickly. Some emotions certainly for this Fredricktown team, playing likely their final home game here are the Black Cats, and they had some excellent performances tonight. Evan Burrows was great. The stats may not have finished as great as he might have liked because they had to keep throwing late, but he still finished with a really solid performance, 195 yards through the air and 2 scores. He also had 3 interceptions, but he was impressive tonight, as was Malachi Kyle. 11 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 6 catches, 35 yards. Carter Cheney, the freshman, was excellent. 2 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. Colby Donahue was amazing at times. He had 8 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. Also, Hunter Hennon had 3 catches and 49 yards. Those are your stats for Fredricktown. On the other side for Potosi, Andrew Coleman finished with 117 yards through the air, a touchdown and an interception. He also had 7 carries, 41 yards. And Blake Henson had 9 carries, 56 yards. Braden Isgriggs, 4 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. Zane West, 3 carries for 28 yards. Wade Merciel finished with 23 totes, 140 yards and a touchdown. Wyatt Knapp, 3 carries, 9 yards. Amandre McCall with 8 carries, 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gavin Portell with a reception, or with a run, and 11 yards. Blake Henson, 2 yards and 1 catch. Wade Merciel, 1 catch, 6 yards. And then Gavin Portell, 3 catches for 109 yards. So let's name our Applebee's of Farmington players of the game here tonight. We're going to give it to 2 players for Potosi. First, for Wade Merciel, 23 carries, 140 yards and a touchdown. He also added a reception for 6 yards. So he is one of your players of the game. The other is Gavin Portell, 3 catches, 109 yards and a touchdown. Both guys really strong showings tonight. Both teams really played just an excellent, excellent football game here tonight. It was sloppy at times. It was chippy at times. It was emotional. It was a roller coaster. It was back and forth, and it was a good football game. Ultimately, Potosi was able to pull away late, but Fredricktown gave them all they could handle, and I have to imagine that Coach Ford is pleased with how his team played tonight. They showed a lot of heart. They never gave up, and they fought to the final whistle. For Potosi, they got some things to clean up. A lot of penalties tonight. Talked to Coach Wyrick about that. Next week, Potosi heads to DeSoto as they'll be back out on the road. Fredricktown also on the road. They'll be taking on East Prairie. So that's going to do it for us here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream and on the Home Pools and Spas End Zone Show for us here on the post game. As you could go head on over to J98. We're going to sign off on the stream. You can head over to J98. You can go online to mymoinfo.com, go to stations, go to J98, go to KREI, go to KJEF, and Jacob Vincent will take you through all the games around the area tonight on the Home Pools and Spas End Zone Show. So for Jake Reed back in the studio, spinning the dials, appreciate you, Jake. Did a great job tonight. I'm Brandon Pavlina. Final score again, Potosi wins 34-18 over Fredricktown tonight on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. So, appreciate everyone tuning in. Talk to you again soon. Be good, and please wear a mask.
Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate has been the trusted real estate advisor for over 60 years in the Mineral area. Hi, I'm Kim Hudson, owner of Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. No one has helped more people buy or sell real estate in our community than the agents at Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. We are proud of the community in which we live and serve. Contact us today for all your real estate needs. Find us on Facebook or online at coldwellbankerholsey.com. Coldwell Banker Holsey, we would love to be your realtor.